camera's not working! Good morning! Good morning! Camera hate me. There we go. Yeah! Ow, ow, ow. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry that Kick is acting up. I saw you guys saying that there was like a black screen and it wasn't working, so I tried like killing the Kick stream and restarting it. Hopefully that helps, but some other people were saying they've been having issues with Kick for hours. So it's probably not a me issue. It's probably a them issue. Thomas Collins, thank you. Gamer Slips ran out of red 40. No! I'm sorry, no more red 40. Hail Korshovo, the Kirsche didn't make up. What the heck? 100k on X, more feedback. I never promised any pictures for 100k. That's not something that I did. It's not real. What is real though, Jaeger Cogheart, thank you for the sex. What does the fox say? Ah, wah, wah, wah. Fatalizer, thank you. This time on Kirsche, will the Foxy be able to finally start a new game, or will yet another massive real-world event derail her again? Find out soon, TM. I didn't even open many new tabs for today, because I was like, I need to pick which Digimon game I'm starting. I even filtered my Steam preemptively to all the Digimon games that I own, and it made me remember that Digimon Masters Online is a real game that exists, unfortunately. It will hurt you. That game is such fucking dog shit. It's like someone cobbled together an MMO specifically designed to bleed money from autists who don't know any better. That game is hot fucking garbage. Cordoc, thank you for the 13 months approve. Thank you. You never even heard about it? Digimon Masters Online is the Digimon MMO, and it is so fucking buggy. It's so bad. You know what the fox said? Munya, where will the lies end? Thrud, thank you for the 8 months, my guy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Caboosezilla, thank you for the 25 months, my guy. Anglo-Saxophone, thank you. Hi, Kirsche. Have I seen an article about Pete Hegseth being unwelcome in a D-Day ceremony due to his warlike attitude and anti-migrant stance? I have not, but that seems really dumb. Thomas Collins, thank you. I read that already. Thank you again. Alright, we're fucking in here, dude. We're fucking in here. Winter Basket, thank you for the 35 months, my guy. Trailstorm, thank you for the 13 months. Happy 100k on Twitter. Do we get armpit pics now? Look, that was Pippa's promise, okay? I just wanted to follow in concrete slappers and do feet pics at 100k. I think that should be like a just VTuber tradition. Whenever a VTuber hits 100k on YouTube, they show feet pics. That should be the tradition, all right? Pippas are Native American. Are you melting in the summer heat? Cool off with Gamer Subs. Use code Kirsche for 10% off. Use it or the Kirsches will eat through your AC units. True and fucking real. Did I see HelloFresh's Pride Month ad? Yes, I did. I couldn't figure out how to articulate myself well enough without just screeching like I did there. Because it's like, holy shit, I'm so glad. I've always fucking hated HelloFresh. These fucking scumbags. They fucking would not leave me alone. I was getting unironically harassed by HelloFresh. They would send so many fucking emails trying to get me as a sponsor. And I was like, please, I don't like you. I think your food is horrible and you use slave labor in the UK. So, like, there was even like a mystery box of HelloFresh that was outside of my apartment.
What the hell is
and I was like, where the fuck did this come from? Who ordered the fucking HelloFresh? And like, it wasn't like outside my door. It was like in the middle of like the landing. So like, it could have been anyone's HelloFresh. And it just stayed there for like a week or some shit. I can't remember if it was like 3 days or a week. Regardless, it was there for like days. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? So like anytime HelloFresh was mentioned back in the day, I had like a crash out. Cause it's like, fuck, just leave me alone, dude, please. What do I have to do? What do I have to do to get you to leave me alone? HelloFresh. I do have it in a browser now. My ranting gave me enough time to pull it up. They put out an ad, and this is an actual ad on their Instagram. Of course, they rainbowified the lemon. And it says, HelloFresh official statement. We know eating isn't always a top priority this month. We respect that. But for those of you who are prepping, we have an extensive lineup of high fiber recipes available. Happy Pride. Yes, because when I go to eat fresh food, I want to be thinking about the inside of my asshole and how clean it is to take dick. The fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god, you saw another food delivery service saying the same thing? It's so fucking... This is the bottom-friendly promo all over again. I was gonna say, wasn't there some other, like, delivery service that did a bottom-friendly thing? I was like, what the fuck, man? You're gonna commit a hate crime to stop them wanting to sponsor you. It's like, what do I have to do? Oh my god. I'm missing the PC game show right now. Stop! I want to play Digimon. I'm not watching a game show. Aosabi, thank you for the kick raid. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. Silence brand, bottom text. Mr. Bigglesworth, thank you for the member. Thank you for the member, my guy. Thank you, thank you. I also wanted to bring up, I saw this come across my feed. And apparently, like, the Pentagon is also saying that, like, Israel is spying on our politicians, and it's like, well, yeah. Why are you surprised by that? Not my sand, not my problem, buddy. Like, which Digimon game are you playing? I don't know, we'll figure it out. But this clip came across my feed, and I thought this was really funny. I haven't watched it. I just read the text saying, did the Nazis politely ask the Jews to leave? Did they say, please go? Step out so we can move in? Of course not. And I was like, what?
What, did the Nazis ask the Jews to leave, kindly leave, go out? Did others, you want me to name all the genocidal leaders of history? Just go one by one. Did anyone do this? Did they say, get out so we can come in? Of course not.
Why is he wearing a QR code? But I thought that was strange because as everyone knows, this is my favorite clip of Netanyahu because no one seems to remember that it happened. This is a clip of Netanyahu speaking on the international stage. I don't know what fucking event this is, but Netanyahu saying Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews.
And this attack and other attacks on the Jewish community in 1920 and 1921, 1929 were instigated by a call of the Mufti of Jerusalem, Hajj Amin al-Husseini, who was later sought for war crimes in the Nuremberg trials because he had a central role in fomenting the final solution. He flew to Berlin. Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews.
Which one is it, baby?
Went to Hitler and said,
did he want to expel the Jews or did he never ask them to leave? Which one is it, baby?
if you expel them, they'll all come here. So what should I do with them? He asked. You said, burn them.
And Hitler said, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's just that easy.
He was sought in during the Nuremberg trials for prosecution. He escaped it. Later died in cancer after the war, died of cancer in Cairo. But this is what Hajj Amin al-Husseini said. He said, the Jews seek to destroy the Temple Mount. My grandfather in 1920 seeks to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque. So this lie is about 100 years old.
I just
want
to, like, this was when? 10 years ago? 10 years ago? Where does he start?
Fomenting the final solution. He flew to Berlin. Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews. And Hajj Amin al-Husseini went to Hitler and said, if you expel them, they'll all come here.
What, did the Nazis ask the Jews to leave, kindly leave, go out? Did others, you want me to name all the genocidal...
Which one is it? Make up your fucking mind! What the fuck? And that's forcing them out or they die. It's just like, what? This is contradictory to me. Expelling them is like, yes, you get out. You could probably play the semantics game if you wanted to be a candy ass and be like, actually, telling them they have to leave is not the same as asking them to leave. Shut the fuck up. If I was a man, I'd punch you in the face. You're pretty sure that the 1930s Germans did try kicking the Jews out, but countries didn't let them in, thus that happened. Spying on their politicians, or they're spying on our politicians, we're spying on their dog, they're spying on our cat's third uncle's girlfriend. It's all spying all the way down. All spying all the way down. It's just like how Hassan is white whenever it's most convenient on Twitter. True. True and fucking real. I was just like, that. When I saw that hit my timeline, I was like, hold up. Wait a minute. Because it's like, again, literally nobody knows of that old Netanyahu clip. When I posted that on Twitter like years ago, everyone was like, is this fucking real? And I'm like, yeah, this was before AI, buddy. Like, pneumonia. The Semitic semantics. As a former intelligence community member, not to gloat too much, every country spies on everyone, even their allies. Basically, every nation is paranoid as fuck. Yeah, that's why earlier, when I said that there was, like, an announcement that the Pentagon was like, oh, Israel's spying on us, I was like, yeah, no shit. Yeah, no shit, what do you expect? Like, that's just kind of how things are, is it not? You saw the cat reaching? I was in fear for my life! Everyone should be spying on everyone else. That's just kind of what makes sense when you're a fucking global power, right? Except Poland, we're too retarded to spy on them. Processing complete. Oh, I fucking love you, buddy. All right, chat. I promised you pictures of my beautiful lamps that I acquired yesterday. I don't know if you are ready to handle the beauty that these lamps have to offer. Like, I look at these lamps and I think of, you know, fucking getting high on weed in, like, the 1500s while I'm in some sort of, like, Persian palace or some shit. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. All intel agencies spy on each other. It keeps them in check. We get lamps for 100K, not armpits. I'm okay with that. Oh my god. Oh yeah, my BGM went off because I was looking at videos. Chat! Perceive my beautiful lamp! And I got them for a pretty fucking good deal. They were actually not expensive. Very surprising. Very surprising. You just got back from your first estate sale? Kirsche was right. Those things are amazing. You got so much cool crap you'll never use. Fuck yeah, buddy. God hates taxes, thank you.
Actually, Hitler wasn't all of the Nazis, just the most famous one. So they can both be correct.
Some retard, probably, maybe. Oh my god, your lamps have lamps! My lamps do have lamps! Skewky's right. One of the light bulbs is out, so I'll have to put a new light bulb in. But! Diddly doodler, thank you! You see the vid of the UK politician trying to mock the reform candidate for thinking immigration could lead to an increase in home prices. No, but that guy sounds too retarded to be serving as a politician. The details on the dangling flower things are really nice. Oh, just you wait. Just you fucking wait, because I got some more angles here. And I have a better picture of, like, the aurora that it casts on the wall, which, it's so fucking beautiful. It is so beautiful. Like, I kind of wish it was dark out so I could really get the full aurora effect for you guys, but holy fuck. Oh my god. Nice pair of lamps, thank you. Dim the lamp! Thank you for the 26 months! Congrats on the 100K and the lamps. Thank you! Thank you. I love buying beautiful, cheap lamps. They're apparently really fucking heavy, too. My dad was like, these things are like 35 pounds, something like that. And I was like, god damn. God damn, bruh. That's a huge lamp. Finally got your X account back from the nightmare that was inauthentic behavior. No more using emojis on X. Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm glad you got your account back though. It's nice to see a happy lamp family. God damn, her lamps are cannons. Aurora Borealis in the Kirsche house at this time of year. Yeah, this is gonna be casting the aurora in my office space. These are office lamps now. Oh god, it's so exciting. And like the way that little base part is, I guess I can wait till I get to the picture of the base part, but it's a beautiful lamp, buddy. And I took a picture. As Skewky said, it's a lamp inside a lamp, so you can turn on the, like, actual top lamp part, and you can also turn on these middle parts separately, and then you can also turn on this bottom part separately. So technically, it's 3 lamps in one. You can have the top lamp, the 3 little fancy aurora lamps, or, like, the bottom crystal lamp. Multi-stage lamp! We are multi-lamp drifting! You may fascinate a woman by giving her a fancy lamp. Yeah, pretty much. And like, look at the fucking tassels! I love tassels! Tassels are so fun to play with. I like batting them with my hand. Kirsche privileges. You have the Y chromosome. Lift man. JK, she'd never be that rude to someone unless they were a raging candy ass. What? I don't understand. Are those each 5 lamps? Yes. 5 lamps in one. Athlon, thank you for the 7 months. And congrats on the 100K. Keep it up, Fox Waifu. Question. Said you didn't date bi guys. Any reasoning why? Lack of honesty? Or is there just a vibe? I just want the man that I devote the rest of my life to be straight and not have laid with other men. Like, I don't care, like, what you do in your life, that's fine. But, like, for me specifically, for, like, a love interest that I am going to have tons of sex with and marry and then birth the children of, I just want it to be a straight guy. I don't think that's a big ask, you know? You cannot wash the penis out of your mouth. Garzini, thank you for the proom. Thank you for the proom, my guy. The terrible joke is that you make the men lift everything. Oh, I mean, well, yeah, I'm a fucking noodle woman. A Battleizer, thank you. Are you sure you're not secretly a moth pretending to be a fox? You seem to really love Lamp. I do really love Lamp. Maybe foxes also really love Lamp. Murmur, thank you. Are the cords all right? Not too old? They are very fucking old cords, but they seem to be all right. And I have another lamp that has just as old of a cord. I don't have any pictures of it, but it's like, oh, let me break out the MS Paint because I don't know how to explain how this fucking table looks, brother. Oh my god. I don't know how to explain, so get ready for another episode of Kirsche Draws Very Fucking Poorly.
And, MS Paint. There we go.
I almost accidentally clicked on Discord. That would be nightmarish.
No.
Alright, so it's like there's like the claw feet. We'll say that these are claw feet, all right? And there's 3 of them, but you can't see the other one because it's on the back side. And then it has like whoop, whoop. And it's got like a big like thing here. I'm not drawing this like super correctly, but I'm trying my best, chat. And then like there's obviously the other one that's like on the other side, and you can't see too much of it because of the front angle. But this is like 3 legs, you know. It's like a wing, a blah. It's like that, but this one curves like to the other side, to the backwards direction, and then on top of this is like I can't even fucking draw a straight line, buddy. On top of this is like the first glass table, and the glass table has like gold inlay stuff in it. It's got like gold patterning. I don't even remember what the pattern looks like, but it's got like gold stuff in the glass all around it. And then it has another swoop. It just I'm sure I'm missing like whatever the fucking base part is, because there's probably like a little base thing here that I'm just forgetting if it exists. But it's got another one of these. It's got another one of these. That's slightly, the middle one's supposed to be shorter than the bottom one, but I can't perceive dimensions because I'm a woman. I am dimensionless. Please help. That's like the back part. And then it's got another glass layer, and this is supposed to be small, like slightly smaller, you know. So it's like this thing, and then this thing, and then like a boing, a boing, a boing, and so slightly shorter than the big one, you know. Am I making sense, chat? And then it's got like the pole in the center coming from the top thing, and it's got like some ornate stuff on the pole. I don't know. I don't remember what the pole looks like, but it's like ornate gold pole thing. And then it's oh god, how do I lampshade? How do I lampshade? I didn't leave enough room for the lampshade. Fuck me. Okay, I'll put the lampshade on the side. So there's pretend like on the top of this, right? There's the metal thingy, and then you have like the spot for the light bulb. That's a light bulb there, chat. That's a light bulb, buddy. And then the lampshade is like, lampshade is fucking huge, and it's also pretty. And then it has like some gold embroidery up here at the top. I can't draw embroidery, so just imagine that this is like your grandmother making a doily. It's got like embroidery at the top here, and then it's got like a bit extra patterned embroidery at the bottom here. It's just like the gold accents. Basically, if you think Donald Trump would put it in the White House, I would also buy it, is what I'm getting at. And then the shade itself is like this really nice burgundy color. It's a really nice burgundy color, and it's kind of like it's kind of I don't know how to explain it. But like when the lamp is off, it's like a almost burnt orange. And then when you turn the lamp on, it's like sexy vampirous. I don't know why I couldn't fucking say that. Sexy vampirous, like burgundy red. Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful. She likes the Art Deco. Foxu's secretly one of Trump's children. Confirmed. Take that, Twitter weirdo. Kirsche has more skill than Picasso. I could draw the Picasso face, right? Picasso face is just like he got the big eye. And he got the mohawk hair, and then he got the big nose, and then you draw like the mouth, and then you give him the little eye, and it's kind of oblongish. There we go. I am the Picasso. Hear me roar. Oh my god. Bart Simpson, true. You remember this map from Halo Reach? What the fuck? Oh yeah, I forgot the gold accent. There's gold accent. Oh, that's black. I thought I hit the gold. There's like the gold detailing on this layer of glass too. It's a beautiful fucking lamp table, and I am obsessed with table lamps. And I hate that it's impossible to find table lamps, because if you try to Google table lamps, you get like the lamp that goes on a table, and not the lamp that is a table, like this one. Is that Bart Simpson dressed as Batman? Yes. Looks like a multi-floor mini cake platform that they use at fancy tea parties and that other thing as a chocolate cake. There was I told the story briefly that there was a guy selling a table lamp like this. That it wasn't a 1-for-1 match, but it had the same exact lampshade, and it was a 2-tier table that was like a gold like this one with like the gold detailing on the glasses, and instead of just having like the claw feet with like the little swirly things holding up the glass, it was like oh god, how do I explain this? It was like the gold thing, but on the gold things, it had like flowers coming off of it. And I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. And I messaged them like multiple times because I was like, I have a lamp that, you know, mostly matches this. I would love to buy yours so that I can have, you know, a set of them. And he didn't respond. And so like I messaged him like multiple other days. Like, you know, I gave a couple of days in between. And then I even like left a comment on the piece. And I was like, hey, you know, I really want to buy this. And I think he had it up originally for like $250, and then I offered like a $200 or something. And he instead took the listing down, messaged me being like, hey, I remember seeing that you wanted to buy this lamp. I just relisted it. And he relisted it as like, super ultra rare lamp, not many made, now $1,800. And I was like, yeah, you can go fuck yourself, buddy. And so after it obviously didn't sell because nobody's paying that for a fucking lamp, he messaged me back like 3 weeks later, and he was like, hey, do you want to buy it for the original price? And I was like, bruh, here's a picture of the lamp that I have that I paid only $100 for. Yeah, this lamp in the painting, that's $100. So, so he was like, okay, I'll do 200. And I was like, okay, all right, sure. And then the next day, he messages me and he was like, we were taking it out of storage and I dropped it and it's broken. And I was like, You get what you fucking deserve. Holy, what the fuck is wrong with you? You just, what? I was so mad. I was so fucking mad. eBay be like rare, unique, Britney Spears, Elvis toy, Jesus. Yeah, whenever I see someone saying like their item is like rare or unique or whatever, I'm just like, yeah, I just don't believe you. Kirsche, stop shopping in Castle Dracula. What do you mean? A very bad lamp salesman, ultra rare, 0 of 0. Board DevOps, thank you. Why is Kirsche drawing Batman? Is she building a bat signal out of lamps? I drew, like, Picasso face. Why do awful people get nice things? It isn't I know! Master of Mundus, thank you. You're so fucking brain fried from work this week. You just went to daydream on the couch, but your toaster oven caught fire. Your headphone died, and you have a million other errands that can't wait till tomorrow today. Sorry for no joke. Here's the dono. Yeah, I feel that way pretty frequently. I'm just like, holy shit, I'm so busy all the time. I don't have time for everything that needs to get done. I just don't. Well, back to the new lamps. Back to the new lamps. And you can see how the lamps look like with just the dingly-dangly aurora lights on and the bottom off and the top off. Rare and unique in the firearm community is code for historic relic that some booma has bubbered atrociously and is going to upset as I know the worth of what I got. No, no. You're about to make everyone hate you, but it must be done. Happy 6-7, everyone. 6-7, Roku Nana? What is a Roku Nana? You want to see a close-up of the base? We're getting there, buddy. It's fucking sexy. Dim the lamps, thank you! A lamp stream! Oh, yeah! Very much lamp stream. Very much lamp stream. It's Japanese for 6-7. Oh! I was like, Roku? Like the TV thing? Nana? Like banana? What's happening? Roku means 6, Nana or Shichi means 7, huh? Fake weeb doesn't know Nipponese. Well, it doesn't help that those are actual words for other things. Nice painted wood molding. Yeah, you know, it's not great. It's not great looking. Massive Doge, thank you. Kirsche haggling 100. Her luck 1. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at haggling. Not so much on being lucky, I guess. Dragoon Waffle, thank you for the 23 months approved, my guy, thank you. Wastelander, thank you. Just whilst in the sweaty swamp fox, are you looking at? I was trying to draw a lamp. And also, fingers crossed that my HVAC people show up tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I thought it was Tuesday again, but apparently it's supposed to be tomorrow. Hi, Kirsche. You're having trouble imagining the size of these lamps? Can I add a foot for reference? No. They're pretty tall, though. Like, the top of the lampshade comes, like, just above my waist. And I'm 5'7", so, like, they're pretty tall. They're pretty tall for lamp. I'm gonna find a Warhammer painter to fix up the paint job if it needs touch-ups. No, it's in perfect condition. It is in perfect condition. Oh, you meant the wood. No, I just don't like the color white in my house. You fucked up and forgot to say no black olives in your donair? What is a donair? Roll the dice. Add a cat for reference. I did have a cat for reference for the Kirsche at first. Foxwoman is 5'7". That's almost imagine height. What does that mean? If only we had feet with which to establish what a foot was. Oh my god, you're having a hard time visualizing. Could I take a picture of them with my legs? What is wrong with you? Jen Jacko, thank you. Oh god, she's talking about lamps again. I'll be back in 4 hours. I love lamp! B Jammin, thank you. With all the MS Paint explanations lately, were you also a second-gen employee of Blizzard for 7 years? The world wonders. Hashtag Foxu Software. No, I was not. I was not. Choco, thank you. Rumor has it Digwa had some sugar water splashed on him. I saw that he had some, like, boiling sugar water thrown on him in some sort of, like, disfigurement attack. But I could only find one source for it, so I don't know if it's real or not, and so that's why I'm not covering that. War Goat, thank you. Lamp got me, like, game blouses. I don't understand. Kei Koyayoi, thank you. Hey, Kirsche, will I ever get a working rain lamp? You know, I don't really like those oil lamps very much. They kind of squick me out a bit for some reason. Like, it just, like, I know it's just oil sliding down on, like, wires, but it just, I don't know, something about it, I don't like it. If it's fake, that's gay. If it's real, the government says I shouldn't say what I feel. Pretty sure it's fake because who wastes such good sugar? I don't know, man. She did spend her peak neuroplasticity playing MMOs, which tracks seeing the Roach King's MS Paint escapades. He's had some takes lately. I can't defend my husband in all things, you know? This settles it. You need to commission a moth model. Give me the lamp. Come on, Kick Team. Let's get this going again. You're tired of a blank screen? Damn, is it actually still fucking up over there? What the hell? What the hell? Androtaz, thank you. Are there lamps for cat towers? Probably not. I feel like the cats would break them. You're loving the opium den aesthetic. Thank you, Wargoat. Oh my god, I could make my office look like an opium den. That would be so fun! I would need to find some, like, vintage oriental gays. The vintage gays I bought a lot of stuff from were just, like, you know, regular white dudes. Kick is still fucked on your end? Oh, no. Moth Foxu model would go hard. The lolly take? Yeah, that was weird. Like, I mean, even Tectone was like, oh, you know, I fucked up. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Need an oriental lounging couch? I have been trying to find a Victorian, like, styled fainting couch. Not right now, because I'm trying to get new AC. But I was before the AC broke. And I will probably go back to that endeavor once I have a few more months under my belt. Tomorrow you're out of the military and starting the incredibly long drive to be back near your parents and siblings. Wish you luck, Foxwoman. Good luck! Good luck. If I have contact with the vintage gays, they probably know some oriental gays. All gays know other gays. This is the law. That's a good point. Actually, when I first got these lamps, the first person I sent pictures of the lamps to are the vintage gays. Because he had a lot of, or I guess they had, I only was like talking to one of them when I was there mostly, but they have some beautiful fucking lamps. And he said that he is a slut for a dramatic lampshade. And I was like, you get me. I am also a slut for a dramatic lampshade. And so we had like a very long conversation about perfect lampshades. You have some antique opium pipe from China. It would look good in my den. I am a slut for dramatic lampshades. Oh my god, me too, bestie. I fucking love those guys, dude. Oh my god. Not much lolly take, but abortion was fucking insane. I remember when I first started getting, like, lambasted for things I never said. I was like, I think my one take that people would take the most umbrage with is probably my eugenics one. I agree with Asmongold completely on that one. Phoenix DS, thank you. If it were a clock that had lamps built into it, so we would never see Foxu again, since she would be so enthralled by the brightness of time. You know? You know? Then you're both wrong. I was just like, I don't know. I feel like, right, survival of the fittest of the human race, right?
Maybe we can get Kirsche some proper baseboard. Maybe chat could hire that Resident Evil designer that does all the Victorian stuff. Eventually we could get the Fox and Underground Lab too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Would you be able to do that? Like, if you had a video game designer kind of like mock up shit that you might want for like your house, could you, I mean, you could probably get it custom made somewhere, right? John in English, thank you. That is a crazy idea. That's a crazy idea. If you don't have eugenics, you end up with dysgenics by default. That's kind of like my perspective on it, right? Back in the day, when, you know, babies came out horrifically malformed and would not survive, they basically just got placed somewhere to die in the wild, which I think is kind of barbaric, but, you know, that's ancient times, so. In current year, if we have screenings to be able to prevent horrific malformations from occurring, I don't see why we wouldn't use that. Chat, we have a new goal. Oh my god, exposure? Yeah, most of those would die, but they get artificially kept alive. Yeah, so it's just like, we no longer have Darwin Awards anymore because we cushion all of the adults that would have just, you know, accidentally offed themselves in years past. And we actually have ways to ensure that healthy babies are born healthy instead of born with crippling and horrific malformations. I don't see why we would not use that technology. And it's like, that's not saying that anyone currently alive with any of these conditions should be murdered. That's a crazy leap in logic. Obviously, they should not be. They are here. Like, why would you, like, kill them as an actual formed person? Like, peanut allergies? Diddly doodler, thank you. Problem with the down abortion debate is that you assume the test is 100% accurate when it is, when as it isn't, and at what percentage would you just take the risk of aborting a healthy child? I don't know. I haven't been in that position, so I wouldn't know how accurate it is or exactly what they can test for. But also, the people that were, like, flaunting it online, that's kind of fucking weird. Like, at first I was like, well, maybe they're saying it because they acknowledge that it's like a taboo subject that people don't talk about, and so they're talking about it in order to make, like, other people who have been in this situation feel more comfortable. But, like, that was, like, the baseline benefit of the doubt I was willing to give them, but it looked like they were just fucking weird, content-brained individuals who were wanting to monetize their abortion for some reason. And I was like, that's fucking weird, bro. That's fucking weird. Oh my god. Could the whole controversy be fake? It could be. It very much could be. Hell yeah, you're here just in time for lamps. Very much could be. There's no justification for what they did and then monetize. Yeah, monetizing it is really fucking weird. That's really fucking weird. And I looked it up as well. And it seems like the statistic that they posted where 90% of women abort their baby if it has Down syndrome is correct. That is a correct statistic. It's 90%, and the lowest figure in some studies put it at 76%. And then in some countries like Iceland, and I think it said Denmark, it was either Denmark or Belgium, 100% of babies in the womb with Down syndrome are aborted. 100%. So the entire world is on my and Asmongold's side, pretty much. It's just not talked about because it's not a good subject. It's not something that's good to talk about. Isn't it mandatory? It might be mandatory in, like, Iceland. I can't remember. I know that we talked about Iceland before, because I didn't know. You guys were the ones who told me that it was 100% in Iceland, and I was like, there's what? That's fucking crazy. So I looked it up. Looter name, thank you. There have been advances in youth dentistry that will de-chunify the coming generation. The jaws on these children are amazing. What the hell? What the hell? Quartz Chrysalis, thank you for the subby bubby, my guy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's a very not black and white yeah, it's a very not black and white subject. It's a very nuanced subject. So it's, you know, pretty impossible to have a conversation about, especially online. The trans push in itself is a form of eugenics pushed by society and governments, as well as, say, Canada made and other nations with similar self-deletion. The abortion up to or beyond 9 months is just absurd and insane. I agree with you there, 100%. 100%. People don't like answering questions honestly because they frequently don't think what they say. We all have answers to hard questions, we just don't like to be forced to answer them. Things like, would you drop a child from a wall to protect your family? This is an Odyssey reference. Do not smite me! Yeah, no. Has Robbie Starbuck finally woken up to what you've said about DEI, or do anime fox women still scare him? He hasn't posted anything about Bridge to my knowledge yet. Iceland keeps a registry of who was born to whom because their small population and lack of surnames ends up with a big risk of accidental inbreeding. You would not be surprised if forced abortion of Downsy babies is the law there. I mean, I can't remember. I just know that it is 100% of Down syndrome fetuses are aborted in Iceland. And then there was a second country that also was 100%. Can't remember if it was Belgium or Denmark, but one of them also had 100% abortion for Down syndrome fetuses. Neoptolomlomelis threw a baby Astyanax from the Trojan Wall. I cannot pronounce those names. Couldn't be Belgium. They're halal. It's not the law. It's nearly 100%. Denmark is 98. Well, I mean, I asked Grokathy, and AI isn't infallible, but they said 100% for Iceland and one other country. Maybe it's Denmark, since you said 98%. Iceland is full of murderers, then. Don't forget there are parents who object to deaf kids being given hearing. Yeah, it's really fucking weird. It's really weird. Because it's like... I cannot imagine, right, that somebody who currently lives with some kind of crippling disability, whether it be physical or mental, I could not imagine that if given the chance, they would not choose to have their malformation fixed, right? Like, if we had the technology and you could, like, go to Magic Science Dome and they could, like, uncave in your Zyka skull or remove your octopus arms that you were born with, right? Like, if there was a way to, like, get rid of those things, I don't think anybody who has that condition would opt to keep the condition rather than fixing it. Uncave in! We give glasses to the visually impaired. Why not give those with hearing issues a way to hear? I don't. Some people just, like, I guess, enjoy the victim status instead of just like, let's live, bruh. Thank God you've been needing to get your Zyka skull uncaved for years. Unless they're a leftist, in which case they're desperate to maintain their position in the social ladder and would hate to have their disability culture erased. Disability is not a culture. That's a crazy, like, I know what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's like, it's crazy that they think of it that way. A lot of people extend that to autism, and some folks really would prefer to keep their neurotype. I think autism, especially being, like, on a spectrum, is a much different thing to tackle, right? Because it's like, there is a, like, planet-wide difference between, like, a high IQ functioning autist and one of the low IQ, can't even take care of themselves tier autist kind of people, right? Like, oh, I can't talk about that yet, because that's in the podcast thing, but that kind of comes up. It's like, there's a stupid new D&D trend to bring born impairments in as a focus. You can be a powerful godlike mage who can bring life, enhance bodies, and you're wheelchair bound because you want to be. Yeah, like, that's fucking dumb. That's dumb. Lord Varzil, thank you for the 10 gift subs, my guy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Pre-watched! Ehef, thank you. You work with a Down syndrome Amish guy. 10 out of 10 would recommend. It's hilarious because he has no filter, but it still comes out in the Amish praise God way. That's funny. That would be really funny. Ronald Big Don, thank you. Even as a Christian, your perspective on the subject is defense it the fuck out of it. You'll never give a straight answer on either side. But because there is no, like, completely straight answer, in my opinion. I know what I would do, but I don't think that I would force what I would do on anybody else. Like, if you want to make a decision, that's on you, buddy. That's on you. You make your own decision. You have nothing to do with what I believe, right? What if your husband disagreed with you? I don't think that would happen, if I'm being honest, because when I look for a partner, I'm not trying to find somebody who's, like, opposed to me. I want somebody who has, like, the baseline standard of what we would want out of life, right? And so if I go and I start dating someone, this is maybe like a second or third date conversation, or a conversation we have after the first date, before the second date, you know? Where it's just like, okay, like, what do you want out of life? Where do you see, like, us together in a relationship, like, work-wise, finance-wise, children-wise? Date one convo eugenics? No, date one convo's like, you haven't fucked any men, have you? In your fantasy where you can be anything you want and do anything you want, you choose to not know what it is like to walk upstairs because you also can't do that in real life. Okay, but that's a unique thing for me. Is that unique to, like, want to talk about things? Hi, nice to meet you. What genotypes would you kill a baby over? You see, a guy with a sense of humor would probably laugh if I asked it that way, right? Please say it as bluntly as you just did. I do. Unironically. Like, I used to kind of, like, try and, you know, word it more eloquently, but I've gotten so many guys who have lied about it that I just straight up be like, all right, have you fucked any men? Yeah, no, you're saying you've never asked, are you a gay in disguise on date one? A guy with a sense of humor would probably laugh about that, but that's because they don't realize you're serious. Oh my god. No, you still have the lower part of— yeah, I know. Cordovan Splotch, thank you for the Dark Knights. I can't afford more problems in Denmark. We have more than enough problems draining the tax money. Deep conversations are definitely third world material. That was one of the fucking responses that I saw, going back to, like, what Cordovan Splotch said. One of the responses I saw in this, like, whole, like, downy abortion argument all over Twitter. Someone was like, why would you abort them when you could just get all of this financial help from the state? And it's like, that's a really shitty way to look at it, right? Like, you're gonna bring someone into the world. We don't know what level of Down syndrome they have. We only see the, like, happy cases online. You almost never see the, like, they can't function, they're hitting themselves all the time, they beat people that are around them because they just have no concept, they have no understanding, right? You never see those, like, horrific cases. But it's like, why would you potentially bring something like that into the world, and your response is, well, the state can pay for it. This is now the taxpayer's problem. Like, that doesn't make you a good person. That's really fucking weird, actually. I don't know why, but after that question was asked, why don't you just keep them and get financial incentives from the state? Immediately thought of, what if you had Down syndrome and your mom had to take care of you? God, the nightmares. Unironically, I probably would have just been, like, rented out as a sex slave, and that would not have been a great time. The people who willingly birth children with Down should not be allowed to receive social and welfare programs, but they are willingly creating a guaranteed lifetime burden. They should cover the cost of that. I don't know. I don't know if you even could. Like, I don't know how much it costs for that. Like, I can only imagine it's astronomical. And it's like, the logical side of me is like, yeah, if you want to bring in a life that will be incapable of taking care of itself, you should not have access to social programs for assistance. If you are making the conscious choice to bring that in, it should be 100% your burden. You have said, this is my burden, this is what I want to do, I want to birth this child is precious to me, and I will take care of it. You should not have any assistance from the state. But then the woman side of me is like, well, that's kind of mean, isn't it? Like, they probably would need help. Like, an average person probably couldn't afford how expensive that is. And then the logical side of me is like, well, stop being a fucking woman. That's not the taxpayer's problem. They didn't consent to having this ward of the state brought into life. That is the person's sole decision who decided to bring it to birth. So they should take care of it entirely. I just have fights with myself all the time. Their choice, their cross to bear. Yep. Most good and just things are kind of mean to someone, usually a bad person. I wouldn't say, I mean, you said usually a bad person, so I don't think you're calling the person choosing to birth a potentially unable to care for themselves Down syndrome person a bad person. I don't think you're calling them that. I also wouldn't call them that. Again, I think this is a very, like, nuanced topic that is difficult to talk about online because there's so many, like, caveats in so many different areas. And, like, other people have pointed out, the screening potentially isn't 100% certain, right? But if you birth a child and no tests get done and they have Downs, it's very different from knowing from tests, to be honest. I would say that would be an easy way to game the system, right? Like, if you're one of these people who is like, I am virtuous if I birth a child who's going to have a lower quality of life than a regular human being, and you know that you're going to be excluded from state assistance for birthing this burden, then you would just purposefully not get the test, right? Like, if we were going to institute a system where you make that conscious choice for yourself to bring in a burden that cannot take care of themselves, you are precluded from getting any state assistance or welfare, it would have to be mandatory testing. Like, 100% across the board mandatory testing. You could not opt out of it because people would abuse that 100%. To be fair, if you had a baby and aborted it because it had Down syndrome, you'd probably still feel bad about it. Oh, 100%. You wouldn't be an utter sociopath who's just like, well, I don't want to deal with that. I'm sure there are some sociopaths, but they wouldn't stop at, like, the Downs baby. They would be like, yeah! 9 abortions! Get your 10th one free! Let's go! Right, like, they would be, like, that kind of psychopath. It would be nice if you would be less of a woman about abortion, because it seems women are far more okay with it than men. I am, like, the classical pro-choice, and I hate how, like, pro-choice has morphed into pro-abortion, and so when you say you're pro-choice, everyone just assumes you're pro-abortion now. Right? It's like, I hate that it's gotten to that point, and I very much understand the people who are completely against abortion, like, for any reason. I disagree with them, but I understand their point of view, and they are entitled to that point of view. I just disagree with it, and I think that abortion should be okay medically in cases where the mother would die, cases where the baby would die before it's born, in cases where rape and incest. I think those are okay, and it should be considered. And I also agree with when they repealed Roe v. Wade, and some of the states immediately gave it, like, I think it was like a six to like 8 week window, right? And then after 6 to 8 weeks, you can no longer get one. I think that is also very fair. And a lot of, like, the pro-abortion people will bring up, well, some women don't know that they're pregnant, and so, like, what if, like, they don't know until it's 12 weeks? And it's like, that's a very small percentage of women. That is a very rare occurrence. And it would absolutely suck. But we can't legislate for the majority based on a minority. Do not Google congrats, it aborted celebration cake. What the fuck? Okay, would I expand this to autistic babies who might have a higher chance of some genetic disorders? How far am I willing to stretch this? Because this is a slippery slope that can lead to abortion out of pure convenience or preference. I think we won't get to a point of abortion out of convenience or preference because we will get to gene editing instead. And if you can just gene edit your baby to no longer have these, I guess, genetic code issues, abortion wouldn't be necessary in those cases anymore, right? Especially in the cases where, like I said, abortion, I'm okay with it if the baby would die before birth, right? And if the baby dies in utero, that also puts the mother at danger. Well, what if whatever would kill the baby in utero can be fixed by gene editing? It would no longer be necessary to have abortions in those cases, right? How long until we get real fox girls? That is the real question. We're already at the point of abortion out of convenience. We just rolled it. That's also fair. There are a lot of people who use it like a form of birth control, and I think those people are disgusting. Didn't I say kids that were nothing but a burden? You think that's a pretty clear line? I mean, I hate phrasing it that way, but that's just like the quickest way to say it, right? Because like people would take umbrage with me calling it a burden because there are people who are like, every child is a blessing regardless, right? That's fine. But it's like, I say burden because it's like, you will be taking care of that child the entirety of your life. They will basically be a toddler well into their 30s, 40s, and 50s. You will have to care for them. And on your deathbed, you will be worrying about who will care for them and what will happen to them when you die, if they live that long. Because some of these genetic conditions, they have shorter lifespans, right? Burden is quite the word to use. It is a correct word to use because it is a burden, definitionally. But it is also a more aggressive way to phrase it. So it's kind of like owning a parrot. Jesus Christ. Generation Odysseus, thank you. You'd also have to main the position that anyone who loses the ability to take care of themselves would have to be game ended. Not necessarily, right? Because, like, my uncle is a good example of this. My grandmother's brother, he was a ship welder in the Navy, and he fell off of a naval ship while he was welding, and he got paralyzed on the entire left half of his body. He was no longer able to speak. He only had one eye. They implanted like a mechanical eye on his left side. He wasn't able to eat on his own. He couldn't even eat solid food. They had to like puree everything for him to eat it. He was mostly bedridden, but he could kind of get up and be like wheelchaired around sometimes if he felt up to it. And my family took care of him entirely. Like my grandmother helped take care of him. My great grandparents, it was their son, obviously they took care of him. They hired a like home health aide. And I'm sure since he was military, there was probably some state funding for that. Probably some, because he was ex-military. But it's like, when somebody is already alive and is a normal functioning person, that becomes very, very different to the vast majority of people than a fetus. And I know some people see it as the same exact thing, but I also personally see, like, a fetus without a heartbeat is different from a fully formed and alive human being. He had male privilege. Once you've contributed to society, you generally get protections from said society in the case of your disability. Yes. People who have not paid into society obviously get less leniency, newborns included. It's just consideration that exists. It can be unfortunate sometimes. What do you want to bet he didn't get 100% injury benefits? I've never asked, but that would be ironic. It is my opinion. It is my opinion. And some people would disagree, and that's fine. That's fine if you disagree. The Watchman, thank you. Cryptic pregnancies are only 1 out of 450-ish until about 20 weeks, and a full stealth pregnancy is about 1 out of 2,500 or so. There are still signs, but it's rare. Yeah? And it's like, I don't know. I am a paranoid individual, and so it's like, if I'm going to be sexually active, regardless of any other safeguards put in place to prevent baby, I'm going to still regularly pee on the stick just in case. I feel like that just makes sense, right? So you make sure that there's no potentiality of, oops, I didn't know I was pregnant until like 20 weeks, you know? He would have been medically separated, so he should get 100% VA, and then any additional type of disability. I mean, he has long since died. He died, I think, when I was about 10 or 11. I've talked about him a few times, because I like, look back on that, and I feel really fucking bad. Because, like, I was a child. I was, like, a little kid, and he really enjoyed playing Uno with me. He loved Uno. And I was, like, the first, like, great-grandchild to my great-grandparents, and so I guess I would be his, what, great-niece? Because he's my grandmother's brother? Or is that a regular niece? I don't know. But either way, so he died 5 years ago. Yeah, I was really scared of him. Because, like, he didn't move like a human because he was paralyzed. He just, like, twitched a lot or, like, flung his right side limbs a lot. Since, again, he was halfway paralyzed, he had the mechanical eye. That was scary. He couldn't talk. He just made, like, really loud sounds. And you could tell, like, emotions, because when he would get, like, stressed or angry, the tone in his, like, weird, like, noises would change. As a child, this was scary. And I feel bad as an adult because it's like, well, fuck, man. Like, imagine how bad he feels that, like, you know, this, like, toddler looks at him and starts crying, you know? Virtus Angel, thank you for the proom. Sorry, I get really sad when I think about that. Imagine being able to disagree, yet we agree on so many things. Hence, as Leaflet has stated, internecine? I don't know what internecine means. Warfare, including beyond religion, is self-defeating. I think it's a sign of, like, I guess, healthy society in general. When you can have very different opinions from people and be like, yeah, I don't agree with you, but I understand why you believe that, and that's okay. You can believe that thing, that's fine. Children cry when they see you, either too black or too light. What the fuck? What does that mean? And breaking news, Henry Novak's killer was just attacked in prison. Is this actually breaking news? Is there, like, another source for this now? Is there another source? Ah, yeah. You think it's intellectually empowering to be able to peacefully disagree? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why, like, a lot of the more, like, very gray area stuff that I have as my opinion, I'm just like, yeah, I would never want to force that on somebody else. Because it's like, it's a very nuanced thing, and I think people are able to have a completely opposite opinion from me and still be a good person, right? He had boiling sugar water thrown on him. Do we have a real source for that? Because I've only ever seen one Twitter account posting that. And so I wasn't going to cover it because I don't trust just one Twitter account. As Reagan said, the man who agrees with me 80% of the time is a friend and an ally, not a 20% traitor. I don't know what that means. Your aunt didn't know she was pregnant with your cousin until she went into labor. Also, she used so much Aquanet that not one hair went out of place during her, like, 12 hours of labor. That's insane. King Me, thank you. You're a classical pro-choice with a time limit for procedures. You believe abortion is evil, though, as a concept. If you're pro-abortion, don't claim you don't harm children. It will outbreed your ideology. I mean, that's why, like, again, I'm pretty much on the same page as you. I'm pretty much on the same page as you. And it's just like, I wish it was actually rare. I think it's very sickening that it's become basically like, oh, it's no big deal, I'll just go get an abortion. Like, what is wrong with you? Apparently Kash Patel has fired all the feds investigating the far right. What? Friendly reminder, chat, a random tweet you saw on your Discord is not an actual source for news. Google it and find an article. I mean, at this point, some stuff never gets published in articles, right? Like, I mean, we saw Henry Novak, and they weren't writing articles about him for months, you know? You also cannot find a source that Vikram Digwa has been attacked. Thank you, Ziz. Thank you, Ziz. But it's just like, when I see something on Twitter and I can't find an article, if it's a source that I've used before and I relatively have faith in them to not post fake news, I'll cover it. Otherwise, I want at least, like, 1 or 2 other people reporting separately from the original tweet. You know? You want to have some sort of, like, okay, it's not just this one guy. It's this one guy who initially reported it, but then there's this other person who has a different account reporting the same thing, you know? I just think that that's a good way to figure out if something might actually be real or not. It's not 100% sure, because, yeah, sometimes there might be something that's true and only one guy is reporting on it and no one else has picked it up, like me with Bridge. But I also have, like, miles-long receipts for that shit. Speaking of Novak, it came out that within 3 days of his death, the police wanted to put out a statement labeling him the aggressor. What the fuck is wrong with the police there? It's the UK, not California. They don't have tablets with Twitter. Oh my god. Yeah, all you saw was a guy saying, yeah, I copy-pasted it from somebody. Yeah. Yeah, corroborating sources. Thank you, Dan Tran. That's the words I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. Speaking of which, I wanted to show the base of this lamp. There was a guy earlier who was, like, really excited to see the base, too, and I'm sorry, we got distracted. This is the base with all the little dingly-dangly crystals, and I always love it when these lamps have, like, actual crystal dingly-danglies instead of glass ones, and you can tell by, like, the way they feel and the weight to them. It's pretty fucking great. That's a nice base. That's a nice shaft. I think my favorite part about it are the little acorns. The acorns are so fucking cute, man. Jake, on his stream, said that today he searched it and the only source he found was the one post on Reddit. Yeah, I would definitely want more sources. Definitely want more sources before I report on that. Oh, wow, is that brass? I think it might be, because it's very heavy. It's like 30, 35 pounds per lamp. Very heavy. Very fucking heavy. You're gonna have to ban the cats from your office, which means no more Cheem's feet warming. The cats have unfortunately had to have been banished from my office while my AC is broken. Because, you know, like, I've been trying to use that one AC unit that I got. It doesn't work. It can't work for my office. I tried that. It can't work for here, but I can at least sleep with it. If the lamp is very based, it is very based. Cleaning that is gonna be a pain. No, you just get one of those, like, feather dusters, man. You just, like, What's going on with the reporter lady at the Carmelo Anthony trial? You saw her post last night saying that they are trying to kill her. I do have a tab for that. And I hope she stays very fucking safe. Because these people have been harassing her and sending her death threats since she started covering the case, and it's fucking disgusting. You know when the air is out and it's balls hot? That's exactly when the cats want to snuggle in your lap for hours on end. And it's just like, I am just going to turn you into a matted ball of sweaty fur cat thing. I am not you, thank you. Obviously fake news. If Digwa were attacked, Keir Starmer would already be bowing to him and calling for a moment of silence. True, actually. Star Phoenix, thank you. The year is 2030. The Purge Act has passed and immigration launchers constructed at the border. Kirsche is still deciding which Digimon game to play. Not like this. That's brass or brass plated then if it's 30 to 40 pounds. I'm not sure how to tell. However, I will say that probably the indication that it is actually brass is that on one of the lamps, and you can't see it because it's like... So if I zoom in here, you can see this part that has the little dingle-dongles attached to it, and then it has like another spine going up, and then there's another plate like this up here before the light bulb, but it's much smaller, obviously. Like, it's a very small version of this that the light bulb is seated on, and one of these lamps has like a piece missing, like it got broken, so there's like a slice missing out of it, and it's hollow, it's all one piece, and it doesn't have any paint on it, so I think that might be the indication that this is actually brass and not something that's just plated, because there's no like different layers to it. She's size queening the lamp plates. I was just trying to explain. Battleizer, thank you. Fox are getting distracted and derailed is half the stream. If we weren't okay with that, we would not keep coming back. We live for the rubber bouncy ball, breakneck tangent drifting, only to be stun-locked by a sounding article. Speaking of stun-locked by a sounding article, oh my god. I heard Leaflet fucking going off last night on the shitty fucking Quangos on Twitter. That was great. That was great. She used their spells against them and they immediately started fucking seething. It's like, yeah, it doesn't feel good, you fucking retards. Who would have thought? What have you started, Chatter? I love Lamp. I also love Lamp. I also love Lamp. Oh, I guess I accidentally closed? No, this is the last picture. So, like, look at the fucking wall, man. Look at the detail on these, like, little Aurora lamps. They're so fucking cute. And I love the chains. I love the chains. Whoever said opium den aesthetic, you're fucking on it. Bagman, thank you! So fancy, thank you. I love my fancy lamp. I cannot wait to see what the Aurora looks like with the lights off, man. I'm so fucking excited. At this rate, you imagine Kirsche will have a maze of lamps in her home by the time she passes away, which might make it difficult for the himbo paramedic to get into the home. Now, the one thing I'm not sure how to do is I know that, like, silk lampshades need a very specific way of cleaning them. These aren't silk, these are like a velvet texture, like a thin velvet. I don't know if there's anything special I need to do to the fabric in order to keep them in good condition. You saw some lamps like that when you were in Turkey? Too damn big to ship back home, but they were cool. They are pretty fucking cool. And I have a lamp that kind of matches them as well. It's a statuette lamp. It was like one of the first statuette lamps that I bought like months ago. I think it was actually from the Vintage Gaze, now that I think of it. It's like a big white marble and gold pedestal. And then on the pedestal is a Cupid. And the Cupid is also like, he doesn't have his penis showing. He's a very nice Cupid. He's like draped in gold fabrics. And then he's holding up, like a dome piece that also goes up in a pillar. And then on the top of the pillar, it has 3 rings that are made out of like a similar material as these like lamps, where the rings have like all these punch outs in it and these like fancy little glass crystal-y thingies that shine different lights everywhere. And then inside those rings, the light bulbs are like the tiny lights that shine through these little glass thingies. I don't have the Cupid with me, so I can't take a picture of it, unfortunately, because when a friend of mine picked it up for me, the electric plug, he accidentally left it outside of his car, so it got pulled off. And so he's like, I'll get it rewired for you, I'm so sorry. And I was like, oh, well, that's very sweet of you, thank you. So it's not here, and I can't take pictures of it, because he's working on getting it rewired. Source for police tried to smear Nowak 3 days after in DMs. Thank you! Thank you, eine Moment. Police tried to smear Henry Nowak as aggressor just 3 days after his murder. I hated... There was some fucking article that, like, used a picture of him in the elevator trying to make it look like he was the fucking aggressor. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck, dude? Phoenix DS, thank you. Foxu Cherub maxing for her lamps. I really hope that the Vintage Gaze will sell me those beautiful Opera House torchières. Those live in my head rent-free, and I, like, salivate when I think about them. I will make that trip back to Bunkerland to go get those fucking statue lamps. They are huge. Like, they are taller than me, and they are beautiful. I've seen a lot of nice pics of him with his sister that came up lately. It hurts your heart to see. Aswope, thank you. Your wife was pregnant and the docs told you from a test that they saw a brain issue with your son and he would very likely be impaired. Then began giving us options on how to proceed. She had him and your son's 100% normal. They can never really know. Yeah? Yeah, I would like... That's why I think it's more understandable in cases of, like, physical stuff, because it's more detectable. Whereas with the mental stuff, it's kind of like a gamba, like you just pointed out, you know? It's not exactly a situation I would envy anyone to be in. I'm sure it is a horrific situation for the parents involved. Down syndrome testing is more accurate than that, to be honest. I have no idea. I've never had to get testing. Anthony, thank you. You love lamp? I love lamp. Mr. Mellon, thank you for the knocks. You remember your grandma had a lamp like this? I feel like I might have read those, but then I couldn't remember. My grandma has a lot of the, like, the Gone with the Wind styled lamps. I don't know what to call those. You wonder where Kirsche lives? It must be the home that has 43 lamps on the front lawn. When I was at the beach, you guys, I guess if you don't live near a beach, you might not know, like, what beach houses kind of look like. We're bringing up the MS Paint again. Wait, no, maybe I don't need to. Maybe I can, like, look for a picture of, like, houses on the beach. Hold on. Houses on the beach. Images. Alright, so this is, I guess not the best example because these look like rich people houses on the beach, but this is the example I'm gonna pull up. Open image in new tab. Alright, here we go. What? It's a picture for ants, you bitch! Alright, hold on. Okay, maybe... Yeah, maybe something like this. Maybe something like this works. Open image in new tab. Chat, can you explain to me why every image I open on Google is this size now? What the fuck happened to human-sized images? I'm so fucking sick of this shit. I'm so fucking sick of it. What am I supposed to do with that? Oh my god. Oh, these are cute. These are like Italian homes. Okay. All right. This is also a good picture. This is also a good picture. Please do not be a picture for ants. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, thank god. Google just caches the preview thumbnail. So, like, this is a typical layout for houses on the beach. And, like, you see how little yard all of these houses have? Like, these are even massive yards for a beach house. Like, especially this one with a pool. This is a massive yard for a beach house. Most beach houses have, like, next to no actual yard. They have, like this blue one here, where it basically has, like, a strip on each side and then, like, a tiny square to sit in, is kind of what most beach houses have. And then, the beaches around here, imagine them, like, with even less land, right? So imagine this house with, like, the strip here and the strip here, but then nothing behind it, and, like, this house is closer to it. So they're all very, very squished to fucking together, right? So I was walking by some beach houses like this the other day, and they had, like... It's smaller than that. So imagine this deck on this house right here is, like, the front yard, and the front door is obviously, like, tucked inside here. There was a beach house that I walked past, and their entire front yard was covered in, like, that, golf turf grass, and then stuck into the golf turf grass were, like, 50 fucking lawn flamingos and 1 crystal ball. And I was like, are these swingers? Because, like, there's no way that you just like flamingos enough to have put 50 in your fucking yard. What the fuck? Like, it looked so fucking bad. It looked so bad. Hell yeah, flamingos. Suspicious. It was very suspicious. Oh my god. Squished to fucking together. Yeah, AstroTurf. That's why the political term AstroTurf exists. It's a comparison to that. Thank you. I didn't remember what it was called. But they had, like, the AstroTurf and then, like, 50 lawn flamingos and 1 crystal ball in the middle of all the flamingos. And I was like, what the fuck? Isn't that an SCP? I was like, this looks like a house that I would loot in a video game. Like, this doesn't look like a real person's house.
Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't read the first part of your name, Mr. Cool Breeze. A gentle cool breeze.
Thank you. Thank you for the 1.
Oh, he's a gentle cool breeze because he's helping my AC. Maybe you should just come over. Maybe I don't need the AC if you could be my gentle cool breeze. I'm Rico Suave. Looks like one of the houses in the van mission from GTA San Andreas. Kirsche experiencing Florida Boomer Beach House IRL. They exist in droves down here. I guess so. I mean, it's like, I saw someone in the chat being like, New Hampshire has beaches. Yeah, we got fucking beaches, buddy. What the fuck? Well, of course. What do you mean? It's a coastal state. And Kirsche is so fucking cute when she does the do-do-do, Anya. And Kier's going to be that house with rundown cars on the front lawn, but with lamps. Yeah, but nobody will see my lamps. They won't be run down. They'll be in good condition. It's barely a coastal state. No, it's a coastal state. We got the beaches. That's what I like around here, right? Because it's like, I can go to the beach, I can go to the woods, I can go to the mountains. Like, the only terrain I don't have here is, like, desert, and I don't really fucking care about the desert, so. It's like 50 miles of beach line. Kirsche doesn't need a new AC. She just needs some handsome, honorable chatters to show up with fans and little tiki drinks. Ah! I really want the paper parasols. I used to love those. When my dad was helping his friend build the house. I wanted to say his house, but then my dad was helping his friend build his friend's house. And I was over there all the time as a kid while my dad was helping. And my dad's friend's wife loved making sangritas. And she would put the little paper parasols in her sangritas. And I would always be like, oh my god, I want your parasol! And so she would give me a parasol every time I came over, and I would get really excited. And then I would give them to my Pokemon figurines, and they would duel with them, and they could shoot magic spells out of the umbrella. God, I miss being a child sometimes. No responsibilities! I could just play around! New Hampshire has less coastline than Rhode Island? Yeah, but we still fucking got it, and that's what matters! The images are lower quality because Getty Images sued Google, and part of the settlement was to have lower quality images in search so people would still go to Getty's website. I have literally never been to Getty's website in my fucking life, dude. How is that different from you now? You still love Sangrita Parasol. Yeah, but if I were to, like, sit on my floor and make a village with, like, Pokemon figurines and Digimon figures and Barbies and, like, G.I. Joe and whatever the fuck else I got my hand. I had, like, not Thunder, maybe it was Thundercats. My dad had gifted me from his childhood these, like, Transformer-like things, but they were all, like, cats. And you could, like, make the cats shift form, and then you could stick the cats together, and they would, like, turn into a giant, like, Megatron thing. I don't know what that is. That's Voltron? I was like, I don't know what that is, but I had that. That's Voltron. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. It would be weird if I was, like, sitting on my floor making a village with all of these things as an adult. Especially because, like, as a child, if I'm doing stuff like killing people off and burying them in the ground, or like cutting off Charmeleon's tail and then everybody has to find out who did it and then I glue it back on, and I like, you know, there's like rape and murder, and like there's a forest full of goblins that are gonna rape the townsfolk if I don't kill them first. That gets weird to do if you're an adult. As a child, it's just like, oh my god, they have so much imagination. But as an adult, it's like, that person's gonna kill someone, you know? Like, it would be weird as a kid. I had a very abnormal childhood. Voltron. My parents could never afford Voltron. My dad had one when he was younger, and I got given like all of his little fucking cat things, and I thought they were super cool. And I was like, oh my god, I could put the cats together. And that's why I really liked, Digimon had figurines that had a similar concept. You could buy, like, I had a giant Patamon that you could, like, unhinge and open up, and it would digivolve into Angemon. And I was like, that's so fucking cool, dude. I should try writing a D&D campaign. Note to self, get a normal hobby. As an adult that lives alone, you could do that and not tell anyone? Yeah, but then when I invite people over, they'd be like, hey, why do you have Barbie dolls hanging from your rafters? What's up with that? Is this, are you sending a message? Kirsch's first murder mystery was who put out Charmeleon's tail. Unironically, I loved playing with my Pokemon figures, and my Charmeleon was like my favorite one. It was like just a little tiny Charmeleon, and I would like bring it to school with me. And at some point, I guess I just played with it so much, the fire on the tip of his tail came off, and I was like inconsolable. And my grandfather glued it back on, and everything was fine. And then my kid brain was like, wait, if things break and I can just fix them, why don't I break them on purpose for story reasons, and then I can fix them later? And then also, call the cops. They can't unrape you, Barbie. You had a Growlmon that could transform into a mini playset for tiny Digimon. You loved mini playsets like that. I had, I think they were like, Pokemon had ones like it. Like, I remember having this weird handheld thing that opened up and it was like Viridian Forest on the inside. And then Polly Pocket also had like biome playsets. And so I used a lot of those. Why would do that make you understand rape? I did a lot of reading as a child, and I probably read Stephen King books before I should have, so... Couple being, exposed to media that I shouldn't have been exposed to at such a young age with an overactive imagination, and you get this. When you were a kid, your brothers broke your toys so often you stopped caring and you went all in on video games. I remember when I, like, first started playing video games, it was just Gran Turismo, because that's what my uncle played. And I was like, this is really fun. But then when I found out that video games were more than just racing, I was like, holy shit. I could be doing what I do with my figures, but, like, with a game that has visuals and somebody else made the story? Let's fucking go! At least you didn't read 40K in middle school. Your teachers didn't know what it was until one searched it and tried to keep you from bringing your books to school. What the fuck? Watching The Shining on loop probably wasn't a good idea for a kid. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not a good idea. You too, you read it in like 6th grade and was not ready for the kids having an orgy in the sewer. Definitely made you reconsider your love for King even then. I have never read It. So like when like the It movie came out in recent years and people were just like, he wrote about a kid orgy. I was like, he did the fucking what? He did what? I read Pet Cemetery. I read Gerald's Game. I always forget the name of this one, chat, but you guys always remind me what it is. The one with like the little weird fluffy creatures that like go up that line of the hill with all the like power lines and shit. And like people get disappeared from a plane or something, I think. Spina Bifida! No, not that one! And I know I read a couple of other ones, and I think one of the book covers had like a tower on it, but I can't remember the name. Langoliers! Thank you, chat. Yeah, I read Langoliers. It's like Langoliers, Gerald's Game, Pet Cemetery, whatever one he wrote with like the towers on the book cover. The Dark Tower, maybe. The Two Towers! I'm not from ISIS. So I read like all of those as a kid, and you know, probably way earlier than I should have. Langoliers was weird. Rose Red sounds familiar, so I might have read that one too. Master Prick, thank you. Just pick a room in your house and don't let visitors see it. Come on, Kirsche, embrace your whimsy. It's like if for some reason I ever had to sell my house and I'm like giving a tour to the realtor and I'm just like, and this is my hidden room behind a bookcase. It looks like a murder scene right now because it is, but not for humans, just for figurines. Self-insert from the Dark Tower really took you out. I don't remember, and probably as a child I had no concept of self-insert, so. You read The Stand and you're still confused as to why it's one of the best books ever written. The last Dark Tower book was ass. It felt rushed to you. Vintage gays have rooms full of crystal stuff. You can literally do whatever you want. That's true. That's true. Ah, what the fuck is even that? What the fuck is even that? I have like my Discord slightly behind my OBS, and so like I can see messages come in out of the corner of my eye if I need to like look at things. And out of the corner of my eye, I just saw this. So I was like, what? I could only see the face and not the text, so I got like jump scared out of my fucking mind for a second there. The Mist is hilarious. Mist sounds familiar. Mr. Mellon, thank you for the knock. The Hills Have Eyes? Was that also Stephen King? Either way, this article, police tried to smear Henry Novak as an aggressor. Hampshire police tried to portray Henry Novak as the aggressor against Vikram Digwa just 3 days after he was murdered. In a bombshell revelation last night, it emerged the force tried to put out a statement implying Mr. Novak had assaulted both Digwa and his brother. An initial police statement, according to the Sunday Times, read it was reported 2 men had been assaulted by an unknown man. In fact, the vile murderer had stabbed him with an 8-inch Sikh ceremonial knife before falsely claiming the student had racially abused him. Police had sufficient evidence by that time to know that Digwa was a liar. The force would later change their wording after outrage from the Novak family. The Novak family is, the father was really browbeaten in his speech. Not quite as cucked as Austin Metcalf's father, but I don't know if it's the aunt or like the grandma, but one of the people in his family, and I have a tab somewhere on it, they were just like, yeah, I'm not playing this fucking game. And I was like, based woman. The Novaks had become concerned a false narrative was being pushed about their son. Police are said to have told them their next update, which would include a family tribute, would again infer that young Henry was the initial aggressor. Officers dropped that section of the statement, which only referred to an altercation when published. And this is exactly why, when like the CRS or whatever the fuck you guys call it in Britain, the nudge unit or whatever, when they come to you and they're just like, here's how you're gonna spin the story of your son being murdered by someone who never should have been here so that racism doesn't increase toward people who shouldn't be here. You should just be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that. That makes so much sense. We want peace. And then when you actually go to give your speech, you bring out your real speech and not the shitty fucking one that they're trying to force you into, because they're going to continuously try and make it out that your son wasn't as much of a victim as he actually was. Didn't we have a US equivalent in the US that was funded by USAID? I'm pretty sure it was the CRS. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. I could be wrong. I might have the wrong acronym. I'm not great with acronyms, but I'm pretty sure it's called the CRS. I just want peace. Peace requires no stabbers. The Sunday Times also revealed that Hampshire police risked collapsing Digwa's trial by trying to issue a statement over so-called disinformation, while proceedings were already underway. The statement is understood to have contained information about how a court case works, reminded people that nothing could be published that could prejudice legal proceedings, and said that police would answer questions once the trial was complete. The force was then scolded by the Crown Prosecution Services that any intervention could jeopardize the case. It is understood that police had concerns about online commentary and potential public disorder. The CPS told the force it could risk impacting the integrity of the case against Vikram Digwa. It also came to light that night that the force, already under fire for its diversity schemes, failed to take a knife from Digwa after he was arrested and did not handcuff him when he was arrested. Yeah, handcuff the dying white boy, but not the actual aggressor who murdered him. Even after the murderer was taken to the police station, his Sikh dagger was hanging around his neck. The blade was only removed after a police search before he was moved into a cell, the Sun revealed. A source said either the arresting officers knew he had the kirpan on and let him keep it on after his arrest, or they missed it and it was only picked up when he was searched at the police station. Either way, it is a massive blunder and could have been dangerous. CPS spokesperson has now said CPS highlighted to the police that protecting the integrity of the ongoing trial was essential, and one of the risks of referring to any aspect of the evidence before it had been heard by the court and the case had been summed up by the judge to the jury. However, it was made clear that whether a statement was released was ultimately a police operational decision. A spokeswoman for Hampshire Police said, following the opening of the trial and the media reporting that followed, a significant amount of mis- and disinformation was circulating online. I am struggling to, like, comprehend just how evil these police officers are, because this isn't incompetence. This is absolutely not incompetence. This included requests for information to be shared that had not been fully examined as part of the murder trial. The intention of the statement was to remind the public that there were ongoing legal proceedings and that the law is clear that nothing could be published which could prejudice the trial. The decision not to publish was taken following advice from the CPS. And let me see if I can... I went over that. I went over that. Yeah, here we go. This guy had said, woke policing killed Henry Novak. Just look at the 6 anti-racism commitments. 1, take a stand against racism in all forms. 2, proactively identify and tackle racial inequalities. 3, reform policies that over-police or under-protect certain groups. 4, partner with others to fix societal racial gaps. 5, deliver equality of outcomes by treating people differently based on race, needs, and experiences. 6, show transparency, leadership, and measure anti-racism impact. Anti-racism, once again, is just code word for racism against the correct people, aka white people. Anti-racism is not a real concept. Anti-racism is not being against racism. It is commie gobbledygook, do not believe in it. Translation, do not treat everyone equally under the law, explicitly reject colorblind policing, respond based on skin color and lived experience to engineer equal results. The police at the scene did exactly that, and the outcome was an absolute tragedy. And that's true. Nothing should be, like, these should not be anything that anyone is dealing with. It's fucking retarded that we've gotten here. It reads like a cult mission statement, it does. Fucking Georgia Guidestones type shit. Unironically. No. And I wanted to briefly touch on something here. Because I saw this post from Madame Savvy. And it said, it's a shame Sega gives into this aggressive and toxic fandom it seems to be represented by. A woman they accepted recently was removed after men threatened her, wanting her to be murdered. Others cried, kicked, and screamed. They justified their crusade because a woman held benign opinions that most people have. She loved Sonic, but she was harassed by the people Sega would rather listen to, begging the question why this company hates women, and why on earth they would listen to such a hateful, deranged people. I would never feel safe at Sega or working with Sega. And Savvy posted a screenshot here of a usual suspect saying, die, 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 I need this bitch gone, get your bigot ass out of here. During Pride Month 2, OMFG, bruh, Sega lock in. Totally not unhinged individual, by the way. And it's in response, like, I guess Sega had a North American creator program in the Creator Zone. And I think this is especially interesting because I've never been an, like, official elongated creator partner with Sega, but not only has Sega sponsored me on multiple occasions, but Sega's official Twitch account has been in my chat multiple times. When I was playing Judgment, the first one, and I think I was playing Judgment in like 2021 or so. I think it was 2021. The Sega account was in my chat during multiple streams of mine. And then the first instance of Sega ever being in my chat, the first instance of Sega being here, and we even made like feet pic jokes at them because of my feet emote. And so it's really weird that only like 4 or 5 years later, there are people working at Sega that would cut ties with someone because a cancel mob just fucking whined and wanted her dead. So it's like, how far has Sega fallen in just a couple of years? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of fucking crazy. TechGuard, thank you. Thanks for keeping your employed ass entertained while you're at work. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Lynch and Acers, thank you. Need to see if I can read or look into the movie at least. It's called Ordinary Men, German secret police in the 40s in Poland. How ordinary men are turned for the state. Same playbook. Interesting. Eric Wammel, thank you. Nothing about this story seems real. It's like some clown world dark satire, absolutely abhorrent. The Novak shit? Yeah, it's absolutely wild that it's real. Sega's finances are not good, and this will not help them. And like I said the other day, any company that bends the knee to this cancel culture crap in current year needs to absolutely feel the repercussions of it. Do not give them viewership, do not give them money, and probably do the same exact thing that the leftists do. The leftists are able to have this stranglehold on these kinds of things because they will inundate the company on Twitter, in emails, in customer support. They will inundate the company with harassment, and the company will be like, we don't want to deal with harassment, so we're going to get rid of the person who did nothing wrong because these freaks are not going to stop harassing us. So we need to kind of get on the same playbook of like, if they're going to get innocent people harmed and the companies are going to bend the knee, they need to realize that bending the knee will be worse for them. The amount of people flooding their emails will be even more enormous than the initial freaks. It's like Advanced GG. Advanced GG cannot post on Twitter anymore without people absolutely swarming them and reminding them what a disgusting company they are with zero morals. That is exactly what needs to happen. And I saw this lady's post here, and I'm gonna actually criticize her. She said, because of people being so hateful, I've been removed. Like I mentioned in my streams, I accept anyone, even if we have different opinions, but I guess people only like to mention how much of a bad person I am. Thanks, guys. I don't know who I am, and I just want to show hatred. And she replied again saying, please don't bring this up anymore. I seriously don't want any more drama in my space, and I don't want people to know me for drama. That's not who I am. I love Sonic, and I enjoy making content about him. And I originally was like, if she doesn't want to help herself, then I shouldn't talk about this either. I shouldn't defend her. Because if she's not willing to stand up for herself, why should I? You know? But then I was like, maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe she's just scared because the amount of harassment you get when you stand up for yourself is fucking absurd. It is insane. And especially in the VTuber sphere, if you stand up for yourself, people will look at you like you are the problem. Defending yourself is seen as an aggressive action. You are the one starting drama because you dared to defend yourself. You should just shut the fuck up and take it. Is what the opinion is. And I also take umbrage with her addressing this as drama. This isn't drama. This is absolutely not drama. This is part of the culture war churning out people and having casualties. This isn't drama. This has real life repercussions. I don't know if this creator program would have just gotten her access to like free games or if she would have gotten paid for it, but this is cutting her out of a sector. You were just drunk. You were not a major problem, you know? What? You just started watching her because of the drama, but watch her because she's fun? Yeah, she was attacked. Responding to this isn't drama. Exactly. Exactly. And so I take umbrage with the fact that she's calling it drama because I've spent years fielding these kinds of attacks and being told that like I'm some kind of like a drama monger and that, you know, things would be better if I just didn't get into drama. And it's like, I don't get into drama. I get attacked and I defend myself. And when I was smaller, it was mentally fucking difficult because I had other VTubers, I had people who were friends, I had people all over Twitter that I didn't know, right? All saying the same consensus of like, she shouldn't talk about this, she should shut up, she's starting drama. Kirsche, if you keep talking about this, people aren't gonna wanna like associate with you. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean? What the fuck? I should just sit here and let people attack me? That's fucked up. And it's fucked up how many VTubers have Stockholm syndromed themselves into, I can't speak up lest I might lose industry opportunities. If speaking up and defending yourself causes you to lose industry opportunities, guess fucking what? Those industry opportunities don't actually exist for you in the first place if you have to fucking pretend to get them. You know what you should do? You should speak out so that the industry can fucking change instead of forcing more people to go down this erroneous route. It's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. So I can understand the like, I don't want to deal with this because I don't want to deal with it either. But I'd rather deal with it and defend myself than sit there, shut up, and take it. Defending yourself from people attacking you and threatening to kill you isn't drama, it's being normal. And especially when you've been removed from something that you were excited for and you've been treated poorly by people who literally want you to fucking die. Yeah, no, that's not drama. That's not drama. And you should want people to bring it up because there's not going to be any consequences if it's not brought up. And if you don't bring it up and it gets swept under the rug, there's going to be more casualties. It's not going to stop at you. More people will have this happen to them because the mob sees that they have power. They see that they can yell at a company, the company will bend the knee and do their bidding, and then you will slink back into the shadows and shut the fuck up about it. There's no consequences. No consequences. It's also worth noting that industry opportunity is incredibly fickle even if you don't play their game. You've seen examples where Sega completely ignored partners that were eager to work with them who had just been in their damn games, Yakuza series related. Yeah, it's already a hard enough climb. To get accepted to something like that, she should be excited, and she should have been kept in the program. Thank you. Preach Foxu. Preach Munya. Dizzy Lizzy, Mia banned you for not liking Silver the Hedgehog. I don't know what that means. I've been seeing more and more Chubas coming out and saying they're sick of walking on eggshells and pretending to be people they're not just for friends and opportunities. It's a rough road, but we are walking down it. I mean, I said the same thing. Like, I had people tell me, like, hey, Kirsche, you should stop talking about politics and you should change your content entirely because people feel like you are hateful. And if you change your content, you'd be invited to more things, and then, you know, you'd be happier to be included. And it's like, well, am I really included if the caveat is I have to stop talking about things that matter to me, stop talking about things that I care about, and that the only people who think that I'm hateful are the actual hateful people who are retarded? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Like, it's ridiculous. And I hate to see people that I actually like as well completely change themselves for the sake of people that will never actually like them, and when it's beneficial, they will just be used to increase viewership. It's sad. They talk like a sociopath. They do. It's sad. Stop being yourself or we won't accept you. It's not actual acceptance if you have to stop being yourself in order to be part of that group. I don't want to be part of that group if I have to change who I am. You love being accepted by people that hate me and would cheer for my complete deplatforming or worse? Yep. It's a very sad thing to see happening. Dear Kirsche, change your entire personality and obey our cult or we won't like you. VTubers are an overwhelmingly female industry. It operates under a female paradigm, and it's being made clear how absolutely toxic it is. In short, women! Yep. You're only allowed too few from the outside as the true fans who attack others. I don't know what that means. This poor girl, she's been getting it bad for months now. This is the first I've ever seen of her. And it's like, I'm coming off harsh, but it's just like, I guess my thing is like tough love. It's like, she's been done wrong, but she's still repeating the shit here that's not only gonna get her continued to be treated poorly, but it's going to cause more people after her to be continued to treat poorly. Because she doesn't want the drama. And it's like, well, sorry, you didn't start the drama, you were wronged. And it's like, you can either say, that's fine that I was wronged, I don't want to care that I was wronged, I don't want to care that people after me will continue to be wronged. You can say that, but then, like, I wouldn't expect people to defend you if that is what you would believe, you know? It's like asking her to stop being from New Jersey. Tough love ain't gonna work. Are you saying she's not gonna listen? It's like, that would be sad. That would be sad. I'm saying tough love to this woman, not tough love to the fucking freaks. Tough love won't work here? She already gave up? That's really sad. That's really sad. Mia's been attempting to defend herself by posting her original VoDs to ensure the facts come out. And, like, this person here said she's lying, by the way. So, like, I guess these are the things that people were upset about.
Whole LGBTQ stuff, I never liked it. I'm not homophobic. I don't care if you're gay, I don't care if you're lesbian. However, it is a problem when you're talking about transgender stuff. I feel like you're hurting your body. I think you shouldn't be supporting anybody that says that they're a different gender than what they really are. You're hurting your friends. You're actually this gender. No, these people are hurting, bro. You should not encourage that. If someone tells me, oh, call me a he or a she, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna call you by your name. Oh, I'm all of a sudden this gender. That's just not how that works. Anyone is male and female, and you're born with that biological thing. You are male and female, and I feel like I shouldn't be held back by saying what I feel.
She's not wrong. I mean, she sounds like somebody who, like, has an opinion and hasn't, like, I guess, looked into too much. I don't know, but it's like she's not entirely wrong. And, like, even other actual dysphoric transgender people like Buck Angel say the same thing. They acknowledge biological reality, Buck Angel doesn't say that he's a male. He knows he's a biological female. Where I digress is like, I will use pronouns for someone like Buck Angel because they've actually been through this experience, and I don't see any reason not to. I know they're not a man. They know they're not a man. I don't care. I feel like I can call Buck a he. That's fine to me. And Buck has faced so many death threats and issues from the greater trans activist community because Buck has come out in defense of, hey, this shouldn't be pushed on children. Hey, there's a lot of dangers of doing hormone therapy. There's a lot of dangers of the surgeries. You shouldn't be talking about this. Like, there's no repercussions and there's no downsides. Obviously, you will use pronouns when warranted. People like Buck earned it. Yeah, exactly. You agree with that, but also understand why younger people are now saying fuck it. I've said that so many times. I completely understand. I completely understand why there are people out there who are like, fuck it, I don't care, I don't want to make a distinction, none of that matters to me anymore, it's gone too far, throw it all in the garbage. I completely understand the people that have that perspective. Just personally, for me, I feel like it's very important to continue to make the distinction between actual dysphoric people. Sorry, I slapped my spacebar. Between actual dysphoric people who have like that diagnosed mental health condition and people who are activists, autogynephiliacs, ideologues, the ones that you usually see all over social media, giving a bad name to everyone in general. And it's because of those people that other people have the idea of, well, I'm just fed up, throw it all out. They don't care to make the distinction anymore because of all of the damage the activists have been doing. And I think Leaflet said it as well yesterday, where she's like, anti-LGBT people couldn't ask for a better, like, figure than someone like Nyara to be talking about trans issues, because Nyara makes it look incredibly unpalatable. They make it look crazy. They make it look unhinged. And so anyone like actually anti these things will just point at them and be like, they're all like this. If people are honest about their shit, fine, whatever, but trying to claim innocence while being a fetishistic pervert is just too far beyond the pale. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Personally, it's for politeness. If you don't respect someone, you won't bother respecting their pronouns. You know? I think 99% are. That was a big thing that I had to push back against, like, way back in the day, like 2012, 2014-ish. Was when people would be like, oh yeah, Kirsche, but like, you know, the fetishists and the ideologues, that's just a small but loud minority. And it's like, no, brother, that is the majority. The minority, unironically, are the dysphoric people. They are being used as a cudgel to both push fetishes and ideology publicly. Lynch and Acers, thank you. You think usually trans terrorist is an apt replacement for activists these days? I really do like how Leaflet turned it around on that person. That was very funny. How dare you use my spells against me? Anal Violence isn't just a pervert. He's just coincidentally a degenerate pornography reviewer at Vice who just happens to be a transgender person. They got fired from Vice. But yeah, most of the time, it's like, the people aren't hating someone like Klaus because they're trans. It's because they've made their entire personality about one thing and they're obnoxious about it. And they're an asshole and they do things like harass people and try to get their sponsors dropped. Like, you are just a terrible person. Wholesale. It doesn't matter what you identify as. Battleizer, thank you. The drama will always be there, and it seems to you that being a mirror is the best policy. Go into things neutral and reciprocate their energy. You know? And then, there were a couple of other videos of, like, apparently what this chick said that people complained about. Hold up. It was, here we go.
That's... Hey, Meteor Morning, what are you doing back there, buddy? Oh god! Meteor Morning, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing back there? Oh god! How do I hit him? Oh god! How do I hit him, though?
I would also be confused.
Meteor Morning the boss, yep.
You can see down here, there's a guy that says, I'm black, I can't be the monkey.
You're black? I can't be the monkey? Oh, well, that makes it that makes it even better, bro. That makes it even better. Let's go.
And people are upset that she responded to a chatter saying that. I was like, what? What? I'm like, yeah, it looks like this is the same guy. He said in her chat, like, I'm black, I can't be the monkey. And I guess now he's mad. Oh, that's why she got a little too giddy calling me a monkey. Gave her the benefit of the doubt because she didn't know what I was at first. But looking back, the doubling down and that makes it even better is crazy. She's just joking around with her chat. I was like, how many times do I thank, like, Dim the Lamps or Schmear Lies for donating to me in shekels, and I call it a swastika because the shekel symbol is like this weird fucking deformed line thing that looks like if it was drawn on the sidewalk, Sarah Silverman would have a meltdown about how it's a swastika. Like, are we kidding me? The joke hinges upon racism being bad? Exactly. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. And he's saying this in response to this clip where it's, can you address this racist take about the N-word too?
Can y'all stop with that, dude? Again, I have a hot take with that. I feel like it's stupid that a certain race can't say a certain word.
True!
Like, that's dumb to me. I feel like that alone is already racist as it is, but you know.
True!
That's my take on it. That's my take on it. But again, I'm just being real, okay? I'm not gonna say it though. I don't like to curse. It's a curse word.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I don't care if other people say it, but I don't want to say it. So she's not even somebody who says the word herself, man. And they're still getting mad at her?
So I don't like to curse. But it's dumb though. I find that to be dumb.
She has the most normal common sense takes and she's the bad one. This is why I said last year when this was going on, I was like, this is not going to stop at me. They are going after me because they cannot harm someone like Asmongold. And after they couldn't take me down, the lack of defense around me is going to mean that smaller creators are also going to face this thing. She is now getting attacked for even more bland takes that larger creators than both of us have already said.
I have friends who don't even mind, but I don't say it anyways. Slurring, technically cursing, yeah. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Are you kidding?
And I wanted to bring this up because people want to pretend to be outraged that she doesn't say the N-word, but she doesn't care if other people do. Hold on, let me type in Asmon here. I got tons of Asmon tabs. Let's go back to this Asmon tab, buddy. I think it's stupid and racist that a specific race isn't allowed to use this word. Oh my god, she's such a racist. Asmongold on streamers' use of the N-word. Yeah, it's completely fine to say off camera. A lot of streamers that you know say it off camera. It's not a big deal, streamers. All of these people say slurs off camera constantly. And he's fucking right!
I'll never forget this dude got mad over a video game and said the N-word. And then he said sorry, he forgot he was on camera, as if it's fine to say off camera. Yeah, it is completely fine to say
it
off
is.
Camera. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We have this weird culture of having to pretend to be outraged at a word, thus giving the word more power. It's just like people were getting upset at Riro Ron because she said the word in like a rap song. And it's like, she's saying it in the context of singing along to a song sung by a black man. What are we fucking doing here?
By the way, a lot of people say it off camera.
They do?
A lot of streamers that you know say it off camera.
A lot of streamers say it off camera, and some streamers who, interestingly enough, will do the whole like, ooh, I was gonna say a slur, like, you know, repost the slur word or whatever, you know, like a little chip to the based people. And then they will freak the fuck out if you say the N-word in real life. And it's just like, I've been floored by the people who are willing to say the N-word that I never thought would ever come out of their mouths versus the people I expected to be slinging it regularly who clutch pearls and go, oh my god, what are you doing? Kier would never. She's so wholesome. I think the most jarring thing was like, I've told the story before, but it's like I was in the car with a bunch of people, and I was just talking normally, and I said, you know, the N-word with the A, or it wasn't even hard R. I was just like talking in a sentence, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, you can't say that!" And I was like, "What do you mean? We're in? I'm not live on stream. What do you mean I can't? We're in a car, buddy. What are we doing?" And they were like, "Oh, roll down the window and yell it out the window. And you should be fine doing that, right?" And I'm like, "Who's gonna get offended? There's no black people in this town. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about?" I only disavow because they will reavow in a few seconds. I was so fucking confused. I was like, am I in an alternate like, are you guys pranking me right now? And they were like, "No, you shouldn't say that." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, it just felt so fucking weird. Bro, we're in Compton. No. It was like fucking lily white liberal town, West Coast, buddy. Like, holy shit. Yeah, it's a culture shock. Kirsch's mom might do drugs with lesbian prostitutes, but she would never ever say the N-word. Yeah. You never really understood this. Self-censorship leads to mental issues down the road as it shapes the patterns of your thinking. Yep. Did the Fox you do a heckin' racist? It's not racist. I got the pass. I got the pass and my street name from a giant diabetic black man. He was the real G. You were talking at a crowded dinner table and you said retarded, and someone said, "You can't say that." And you said, "Why can't you say that? That's retarded." It's just like one of the dudes that I like had gone on a first date with, and then he told me he was bisexual because he lied. He was like, "Oh, I thought that if you got to know me, you would like me enough and it wouldn't matter." And it's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? I said the F slur in front of him, and he was just like, I'm gonna have to train you to never say that again because that's a horrific word. I have friends in the LGBTQ community, and you know, it's just a bad thing to say. You can't say that. So I have to like scream in a really high pitched whenever you say it, just to make sure you know you won't say that word again. And I was like, God damn, and then I called him the F slur. So what a bitch. Half of them get off on being called that word. You're Native American and you regularly call yourself a prairie native, but the other N-word. That's funny. I never even thought of that. How do you find these fucking people? Atlanta. Charities benefiting these communities should give out literal cards for certain donation amounts. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. And people... I would be willing to bet, right, if someone is like a super religious person or like just super chaste in general, they probably don't say the word. They're probably being honest when they're like, yeah, I don't say that. I don't care if other people do. The majority of public figures, if they tell you that they don't say slurs, they're fucking lying to you. They're lying to you because they know if they told the truth, there would be people in their audience who revolt against them.
They do. You might not want to hear that. Might not want, oh, you don't say that. Yes, they do. And this whole thing of like, this is the performative hyper reality that so many of these people invent, where it's like, oh my god, this guy said a bad word. Like, by the way, he's Swedish. He doesn't have anything to do, like, I'm a black American. This is a black guy in America. He doesn't have anything to do with, he didn't do that to you, okay? Like, he was in fucking Sweden. He has nothing to do with this. It's not the same thing. So it's like you're getting mad over a struggle that you didn't go through at a person who never even has a lineage that put you through it. Like, it's just nothing. You're getting mad over that protective victim mentality. Yeah, it's not a big deal. You say something off camera. Oh my god. Are we really gonna perform? Are we gonna perform the silliness that this is some kind of a big deal? Yeah, people like streamers, all these people say slurs off camera constantly. They do. They say it constantly off camera. The only reason why they don't say it on camera is because they don't want to get in trouble. That's the only reason why. It's an engineered hyper reality that these retards have bought into and they believe in it.
He's just completely right. He's just completely right. You agree that it shouldn't matter who says the gamer slur, but it's just not part of your vocab? Your sister does say it, though, and her email had it, too. She had to change it when we came to the States. Leftism one-shot her, unfortunately. Yep. Yep, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it should be a personal preference whether you want to say certain words or not. I just fucking... Who cares? It should be the correct opinion. And when somebody does say a word, the context should be the consideration. You can insult someone far worse with other words than a slur if you are intending to cause massive offense. Sure, the slur is like quick and it rolls off the tongue, but like you can do way worse damage, man. Dan the man, thank you. Meanwhile, your black ex-girlfriend would call herself your N-word to me. She was fun but medicated. Gringos be wildin' over other people. True. True. Banyambas, rice, Nigerian pirates get deported by nice. Oh my god. Blacks were sold by other blacks, and the descendants of those who were sold have a better quality of life than the descendants of their sellers. That is a very random comment here. Kirsche on a first date. Before we get started, here's a list of words I tend to use. You don't understand? She was just playing GTA 5, officer. Mia's having a breakdown right now on stream, very upset that she doesn't want to be known for drama. She said she doesn't even want people to find her because of drama. Feels sorry for her. Leftism destroys people who don't want confrontations. It's like, I feel bad, but like, you gotta buck up. You gotta buck up. It's like, I come off like very harsh, but it's like, if you're not going to stand up for yourself, this is going to keep happening. And I don't want to see this keep happening to people. And the more that she says she doesn't want drama, which this isn't drama, this is not drama. It's absolutely not drama. Absolutely not. And I understand why she calls it that, because again, in the VTuber sphere, there's the big push that defending yourself is drama. You should never defend yourself. You should just lay down and take it. And I don't think she should. I don't think she should. She should tap into the support that she's getting for being treated poorly. Medicated and melanated. What the fuck? What the fuck? Both sides destroy people. Everything I'm saying is far less than the demons will say. You wish things were different, but they aren't. I wish things were different too, but it's like this is what happens when the I just want to grill people don't speak up and don't speak out about these kinds of injustices. When you defend the people who attack people like me, like Mia, I don't know if her name is Mia or Mila, I can't tell if it's an I or an L. But when you defend those people, but you don't defend us when we get attacked, you are creating that environment for more of these attacks to happen, for more of these injustices to happen, for more creators to lose their opportunities because the companies are not facing any kind of repercussions. She's a racist because she replied to a black chatter is wild. If she won't stand up for herself, something as simple as that, she's doomed anyway. Well, it's like my thing as well is like the guy in her chat, where's the tab? This is the guy in her chat that made the joke about like, I'm black, I can't be a monkey. And then she played into it. And again, the butt of the joke is like, yeah, racism bad. And this guy's now angry. Like, that's why she got too giddy. Her being like, I don't care if other people say the N-word doesn't make her racist. She doesn't say it herself. What are we doing? And she needs to spend a day with Kirsche or something like that, let her skin grow. It's like, it's sad. It's sad, but like, you have to defend yourself from these things or it's going to keep happening. He was baiting a response to smear her. That would be really fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's like there was that one guy who like came back. Like I don't know. We got into an argument about something, and he like came back to stream, and he was just like, you know, I'd appreciate an apology. I was like, I don't remember what I did to you, but yeah, I'll give you an apology if like it's necessary. And he showed me what happened. And I was like, yeah, it was kind of fucking harsh. I'm sorry, dude. It's like I appreciate when people do that, right? Like if I actually insult you. If I actually am like being erroneously aggressive towards you, yeah, I want to be able to apologize. I'll call people retards all day, but it's like retard is just as much as like a, you know, hitting your shoulder in a joking manner. It's not like a super angry thing. Schmear lies, thank you. You've been a good girl. Take my swastika shekels. Work and school canceled tomorrow in Israel because Iran might be attacking tonight. You made a quick milk run and got eggs and toilet paper too. Keep you posted if shit goes down. Good fucking luck. I hope you stay safe, my guy. What is she supposed to do? Assault people who say the N-word? Forget an apology. The chatters beg for the insults. I mean, the ones who are used to shit posting, probably. Hey. Gyoffer, thank you. Watched a dumb movie I might like where the subtitle said, they said a word ending with ER. Movie with Strange Love on Tubi. Guy cheats with a ghost. What the fuck? Will I apologize for making you deposit loads in Zid's mouth? Stop shipping the straight chatters. I can't apologize for that. You still did the action, okay? If there were no double standards, they'd have none. Yep. You can't be erroneously oppressive if you're not doing it deliberately. You're not being oppressive, and they're being way too sensitive, you know?
You're getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl.
They think she's transphobic, too, for different views on trans people, despite her not hating them. I mean, they call me transphobic because I specifically make the difference between the activists and the actual dysphoric people. And the activists have to call me and label me transphobic and a bigot for that, because the more people that wake up to the fact that these fetishists and ideologues are using an actual, like, group of people as a shield from any kind of criticism and to force their ideology and fetishes on other people, they need that. They can't have more people making that distinction because they need people to conflate the actual dysphorics with them. That is their shield. You're very offended and hurt. To make it better, please send me additional feet pics. A battleizer, thank you. It is not what you say, it is how you say it. Very fucking true. Very fucking true. Subconscious gaming, thank you. It's not about being racist, it's about affirming their hate in their eyes. You can't just not be racist, you have to hate the people they hate, you know? Phoenix DS, thank you. Did he talk with a limp wrist hand gesture? What the heck? Now, mind you. Sonic Extreme, thank you. Some people focus on the meaning rather than the context. They treat literally saying it randomly as the same as using it in a hateful manner. It's absurd. Context hasn't mattered in so fucking long, and I feel like we've been having the same exact conversations for more than a decade because the fucking aggressive people continuously take ground and harm more innocent people. And this attitude of like, stop talking about it, I don't want any drama, allows these harmful people to perpetrate this harm on more people. They see someone saying, I don't want any more drama, don't bring it up, as a win. They see this and they laugh. They're like, oh, you're not gonna defend yourself? Cool, now I know who to attack more. Your sister is dating a female-to-male trans person whose company you actually really enjoy. Doesn't mean you can't criticize the problems and the ideology. It has nothing to do with hate. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. You know, someone that doesn't like you because their kid is trans, which they aren't happy about, by the way, not knowing that you do this difference. Too tired to enlighten them, though. So wait a minute. They're not happy that their own child is trans, but they're upset with me. For what reason? What the heck? What the heck? Oh, I was like, why did that get deleted? This all feels very similar to what happened to Banana Juju that made her blow up. Mia may not want to be found this way, but she should embrace the people who are coming. It would be a very erroneous misstep to just be like, I'm not going to accept support. Stop talking about it. And again, like, maybe I'm being too harsh here. I'm not trying to like be a cunt about it. But if you decide to just go off into the shadows and not talk about the mistreatment you have faced, it opens the door for more people after you to be attacked more. Who was the VTuber that parted from GTA and got yelled at for it and told her chat to F off? It was a short that went around a year or so ago? I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Mia's saying that right now. She's just ignorant to the culture war. VTubers have a slow learning curve. That's so unfortunate, man. I don't want to see that happen. Not parted from GTA, but did that part from GTA? The Sakura Miko part? Magnet Man, thank you. You joined in late. What's the context here? Was she referring to a literal monkey and was misquoted, or was it a joke at somebody's expense? So the monkey thing was this guy who's now complaining was in her chat. She's fighting a boss in Sonic that kind of looks like a monkey, I guess. And the guy typed in her chat, I'm black, I can't be the monkey. And her response was,
You're black? I can't be the monkey? Oh, well that makes it that makes it even better, bro.
Sadly, we are a part of the culture war, whether we want to or not. Which is why I continuously say the I just want to grill, I want to stick my head in the sand and not pay attention people are the people I unironically take more issue with than the actual communists at this point. Well, like, we know that the communists and the ideologues are doing malicious things, but the I just want to grill, I don't want to talk about it, and on top of that, I'm going to defend the malicious communist actors and not defend their victims. That is how we get here. That is how we get more victims. She's literally just playing along with a chatter, right? You believe that everything happens for a reason? Sakura Miko, probably. It's like, I loved that argument that was going on a while back where it was just like, oh, who was the original face of EN VTubing? And it's like, anyone not saying something like Coco, Kiryu Coco, or motherfucking Sakura Miko was a big reason VTubing like blew up in the West. Anyone not saying those two things is, I don't even know what's wrong with you, man. And Pikami. And Kiryu Kai forever. Sounds like a response to something even. Pikami was fucking huge as well. Hachima. I don't know if I would say Hachima's like the face, but yeah, I saw a lot of her clips before even I like got super large. Who's worse, the I just want to grill people or see both sides equally bad people? I'm starting to see them as kind of the same thing, because the I just want to grill people typically also do the I just want to grill, I don't want to get involved, everything should be apolitical, but I would never ever 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 criticize a leftist position. And it's getting kind of crazy. A disaffected scientist, thank you. Thanks to our favorite Foxy Jersey girl for standing up to the crushing endless struggle session losers. It's fucking awful. It was Miko, Coco, Pikami, Hachama. Hato was a part of Hollow EN Gen 0 with Coco. I would say that Coco was a bit more well-known in the EN sphere than Hachima was. I feel like Hachima was more like, if you knew VTubers specifically, you knew Hachima. I don't think she broke out into the normie sphere quite as much, except for like some of her cursed cooking clips. Coco started a lot, but Pikami was really early English streams. Hato wasn't geared towards EN sphere, Coco was. Yeah. That's why I said there's a big difference between like the face of and then just someone that got really big, right? And like a lot of people got interested in VTubers for seeing that one Sakura Miko clip. Where are we? Coco's morning show brought a lot of people. She bridged a lot of EN to JP. Yeah. Mr. King, thank you. Who's worse, those who just want to grill or those who pretend the culture war is just a distraction perpetrated by elites to keep us divided? Those might also be the same thing at this point, who knows? Patchouli, thank you. This could have been avoided, leftist. All you had to do was let me game. You made me do this, pretty much. Vladimir Crystal, thank you for the full year. Just look at all the new Kirsche accounts that spawned. There is a culture war and the Quangos are losing it. Can't stop, won't stop. True and fucking real. Wherever lies are told, whoever they are told about, be an arbiter of truth. Always make sure the truth is on your side. That is what matters. As you understand it, Coco played a big role in HoloLive, deciding to open an EN branch in the first place. Kaeson's a legend. Kaeson's absolutely a fucking legend. Magnet Man, thank you. I read that already. I guess it's purple kick for you. Is Kick still having fucking issues, man? I just wanted to play video games meme is for real, goddamn. It unfortunately is for real. So like, I hope this lady can get out of her like self-defeating mindset. I know it's hard. I know it fucking sucks. Believe me. It does not feel good to have people harassing you. It does not feel good to have opportunities taken away from you because people are seething that you are having any amount of success. It fucking sucks. I understand not wanting to deal with it. But if you don't, like, why would anyone else defend you even? You know, if you're not going to stand up for yourself, it kind of is like a self-defeating thing. Like, if you're just gonna sit there and take their like ways to harm you and not defend yourself, what are you gonna do? Break in the rice bowl is an ancient commie trick. Yep, Yep. You don't just want to grill, you want to do shit, but you don't know where to start. You don't have income and you live in a heavy vote blue no matter who state. None of your politicians will listen to you. There's gotta be, even if none of the politicians currently in power, even if none of them currently in power would listen to you, there's gotta be people you can get together with locally and try to run a campaign. Like, looking at like what's going on in California with like Spencer Pratt, I think his name is. There was a tweet from an official account. Let me see here. Cause that weird commie chick who was in 3rd place somehow had like mail-in ballot drops that pushed her even ahead of Karen Bass. Effing Around Productions, thank you. The I Just Want to Grill People Will Only Ever Punch Right, Spineless Worms. I think it's even more of a spineless worm thing because they know the people on the right have actual principles that they hold themselves to, and they know that people on the right don't want to see harm come to them as the I Just Want to Grill person. They're like, well, I can punch at the right because I won't get attacked, but I have to be careful and side with people on the left who are attacking people on the right because then they might attack me if I don't capitulate to them. And it's like, if you break down every aspect of who you are and you start capitulating to more and more people that hate you and you start attacking the allies that you once had, why would you expect anyone to continue to defend you after that, you know? Star Phoenix, thank you. Started with Iron Mouse, eventually got to Punkalope and Pip. I forgot Punkalope even existed. And Pippa, and then you find a funny little Foxu on the Artcast and have been here ever since. It's always funny to me when someone who's been here for ages is like, yeah, I found you in the Artcast. And it's like, God damn, that's crazy. Ryfile, thank you. Non-confrontational girl moments feed the cancel mob. Yep. Tolerance for the intolerant is what they consistently use against us. We have to start being okay with the intolerant of the intolerant. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. No surrender, no remorse. In the Emperor's name, let none survive. Once you start capitulating, they will tear you down. True and fucking real. True and fucking real. You do at least do your best to spread the word to whoever you can. All the talking points and information and knowledge you gain from listening to Kirsche and others, you try to inform as many people of all of that stuff. Maybe you can do your part by just convincing people to wake the hell up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Talking about it, if you feel like nothing else can happen, talking about it is like the baseline to start from. And maybe with enough talking, you'll have enough people around you who are like, hey, let's finally take action. Let's try to run a candidate. Let's try to take control of our local area again. There's this reposting Trump's Truth Social post with date and time. This one doesn't have date and time, but it says, the California election cheat was a trap. Stay tuned. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. It'd be nice if they were laying some kind of trap groundwork to catch people who were doing the ballot stuffing. We'll see if anything comes from this or if this is just another one of the schizophrenic QAnon type shit. Feels weird when you realize you've been watching VTubers for the better part of a decade. Same. The people genuinely believe both sides are equally bad because they believe fake news but reject truth as conspiracy theories. Your mother is one. I mean, I've talked about it before where, like, sometimes Republicans have a difficult time convincing people of, like, the Democrat position because the Democrat position is, like, so psychotically out of the realm of reality that people assume the Republican is just making it up. And it's kind of sad. Kind of sad. Before I choose a Digimon game, I have two videos I wanted to play because they were funny. At least I'm assuming they're funny. The description sounds funny. So, President Trump cuts off and walks out of a Kristen Welker interview. He looks her in the eyes and tells her she's a liar and then storms off. Trump, just like me. Trump, what are the odds that I fucking eviscerate someone on stream and then Trump immediately does the same thing? Barron obviously watches me. No, the volume! Hold on, sorry. I hate when I get ready to play a video and then I get cucked by volume.
Ever presented.
Let's talk
your
about
elections in this country. Evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
your
about
elections in this country. We're like a third world country.
But, sir,
your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But, Mr. President,
you're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
Oh, maybe you should have been a better interviewer, you piece of shit. Also, I like how he throws the mic on the floor and then he steps on it.
I traveled all the, I know. I
I've sat in
traveled
the rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an
Wisconsin.
hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press, because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be great with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we
Come on,
traveled
let's go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Oh, God. A literal mic crush.
I spoke with President...
I was like, someone in the comments, like, pointed that out. Yeah, the microphone also got crushed, and I was like, no fucking way. That's so great. That's so fucking great. That's my fucking president, buddy. I might not agree with everything he does, but I fucking like that. Fuck those prostitutes. Get fucked, microphone. That's my president. What a fucking gangster. You saw that clip? You knew from the start not to trust those crazy eyes. Yep. The press is inherently dishonest in a country where its politicians are allowed to regulate it. You know? And then, I thought this was also funny. An OnlyFans streamer attacked her boyfriend D-Tan live on stream. The crazy part, nobody knows if they're watching a relationship fall apart or a content strategy in action. And I think that's also really sad, that everyone is just so used to, like, streamers faking shit for views and clout, that something like this, you can't even tell if this is like an acted out script or if this is actually people being fucking crazy. Retarded. No. Hold on, she's screaming retarded, but the volume is retarded. No, congrats on the air miles. Go fuck yourself. Just Optimist, thank you. Are we in the Dark Donald era? It's just like when people lie about you for so long, and when they lie to your face and then they ask you these dumb questions based on lies, you get fed the fuck up. You get fed the fuck up, man. Is she naked? She's not naked. That's why I can play it on Twitch. Phoenix DS, thank you. Living in Canada is like being in the Matrix. A lot of people asleep and content with the system. Alberta being like Zion attacked by the communist machines. The Agent Smiths are real. I've come across them. Insanity. Lambie Chop, thank you. Since you're in Wisconsin, grab some cheese with that wine. Oh, that's a good one. Knick Knack, thank you. Based president. That's my president!
You better delete your fucking VoD.
Broke ass bitch, nigga! Get the fuck out of my mouth! Get the fuck out of my stream! He and I have the same exact fucking expression right now! The fuck out of my bitch! No! Get the fuck out of here! You fucking weird ass bitch! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! I don't give a shit! Get the fuck out of here, bitch! Okay, yeah, that might not be an act. After I fell for Amaranth's tears about how her husband was an abuser, but apparently that was an entire act, I don't trust any shit anymore. Like, she sounds like a demon. It sounds like she could actually be some, like, BPD bitch, right? But with content, who the fuck knows anymore? He's wearing a kick hoodie? Yeah. Go somewhere!
You better private your VoD.
That's all, folks. It's weird that he's wearing a kick hoodie while being a cuck. I thought that was Twitch streamers, not kick streamers, buddy. You're dragging down the name.
How about you get the fuck out of my house, because you're a fucking asshole?
No, I'm good.
No, you are good. Get the fuck out of my... Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of my fucking house! Bitch, you're so fucking retarded! No, I'm being dead ass! I'm being dead ass! No, you wanna fucking act like that? Get the fuck out of my house! Get the fuck out of my house, you broke ass bitch! Get the fuck out of my house! You fucking broke ass bitch! No, I'm being dead ass! You wanna act like that? Get the fuck out of here! You wanna... No, I'm being fucking for real! Get the fuck out of my house, you bitch! You fucking lazy ass, depressed ass, broke ass bitch! You fucking get out of here! I'm being dead ass! Get the fuck out of my...
You see, again, I'm watching this, and I'm just like... I've gotten angry in my relationships before. I have never yelled at a man like this. Like, I could not imagine, like, how far I would have to be pushed to just be, like, psychotically screaming and ranting at someone that I'm in a relationship with. Right? Like, I would have to have been pushed so insanely far to, like, get to this point. I've never yelled like this. And she's even exacerbated beyond yelling to like hitting him, slapping his phone out of his hands. She picked up what looked like, I don't know, a fucking giant light and tried to hit him with it. Like, what the fuck? It's either this is his fetish or it's a skit. It's like with streamers, I don't know. This could be a skit. Is she a fucking crazy bitch or are they just farming for clout? I don't know.
Get the fuck out of my house! Get the fuck out of my house!
The fact that he keeps centering the camera and smirking tells you it's fake? No, because that one chick who was like $400,000 in debt to the IRS that I was an affiliate collab with at one point, there were videos of her hitting her boyfriend and letting her dog piss on the floor, and her boyfriend was doing the same thing. He was just like laughing at it and like centering the camera and being like, what the fuck is this? You're a crazy bitch. You're crazy. And she's naked adjacent, so you're on the fence.
Stop. Get the fuck. No, no, you fucking stop. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house.
How do you want me to do that?
Get the
holding
fuck.
me?
Get the fuck out of my house.
How do I do that when you're holding me?
Get the fuck out of my house.
How do I do that when you're holding me?
Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house.
We're both about to get banned, just so you know.
How about you get the fuck out of my house?
Homie's getting that evidence for the DV case.
Get the fuck out of my house.
He has gay mouth. Maybe that's why she's upset. You know, sometimes like when guys have like this pretty pursed lip, it's like built for sucking dick.
Fucking weirdo.
You're the
You
one who told me
would
to
know?
stream today. Not your house exposed? Yeah, because if it really was.
What? Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea if this is real or if it's fucking fake for clout, man. I think she wants to break up with him. Calling someone a bitch when you're literally a sex worker is wild true. She said, get the fuck out. If you can't go work hard enough so she doesn't have to spread her cheeks to pay the bills, you're a worthless boy because you're not a man. Hold up. Wait a minute. I agree with this guy, but for a different reason. It's not because the guy is not working hard so she has to spread her cheeks. It's guys who allow their women to do this that is disgusting. Like, if you are in a relationship, the bare minimum level of respect is I'm not going to show my holes to other people. Like, those are your holes. This is your hole. It was built for you. It's made for you. Only you may enter, right? Like, he sounds done getting proof, you know? iDubbbz type man. If he's actually in an abusive relationship, like, yeah, I feel bad for the guy. I'd feel bad. Like, he shouldn't have to fucking deal with that. It's gross. Man, hot tip of advice. Don't date an OnlyFans whore in the future. That might solve some of your problems. I was like, hearing you're not a man, you're a boy reminds you of the concubine tweet. Only I get to say open sesame for that booty. Yay, it's a 24-hour drive-through restaurant, but only for one man, dude. Bike short senpai, thank you. He knows fist of the nose hair from I don't know what that means. You aren't working hard enough for her to not spread cheeks. My guy, whores and housewives. Milkman. So this is what the Junji Ito story was about. It was a cautionary tale to not date whores. But if he's doing this for clout, fuck him. That's also disgusting. That's also, if you're just faking this, that's grotesque. Don't do that. War Boss Doom, thank you. Hello, Kirsche. You graduated trade school and you're starting your new job tomorrow. Wish you luck. Congratulations, dude. I hope you enjoy the new job. I hope you have a good time, my guy. Was a trip of a show. I've never seen never seen that. You're just picturing the genie roleplay of Open Sesame. He's just like kneeling between your legs while you're looking up at him, and he's like, "It's about to get biblical in here. I'm gonna part that Red Sea." You just want a wife who will wear a modest sundress while cooking. Is that too much to ask for? Only if the AC is broken. No, not a period joke. Look, I'm a woman. I need to have at least one of those a year. Bro's casting the Cunny Master sorceries. No, it's a complete and total lollycost. Please don't. Cunning the period lingus. Do not. I'm more like once a month. This fucking guy. Alright, those are the 2 videos I wanted to show. So I have Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, Digimon Survive, Digimon World Next Order, and Digimon Storytime Stranger. I have no idea what any of these games are. I know, like, some Digimon games are visual novels. I don't know which one is which. I don't know which one is which, so I feel like I should put up a poll and see what chat wishes. So many choices, yeah. That's why I said, like, I want to play a Digimon game, but I don't know. Yeah, help. I don't know which fucking one. I don't know which fucking one. What about Digimon Gooner? So I will put up a poll, and I'll have to have, I think, Binary Mind put up a poll on YouTube. Can you do polls on Kick? Does Kick have polls? Is that a thing? I gotta go find my Twitch tab and see if I remember how to make polls. Wait, where even is... Okay, it's over here. Here's Twitch. Kick has polls. Wonderful! Wunderbar! Have fun playing Digimon. You're still behind on VoDs. You know absolutely dick all about Digimon. You grew up purely on Pokemon. I grew up with both. And my opinion has always been the Digimon show is way better than the Pokemon show, but the Pokemon games were much better than the Digimon games. Probably because as a child, I was not smart enough as a Japanese child, so they were nigh impossible for me to beat. So let me see. Motherfucking start a poll. Manage poll. Create new poll. Question. Which way, Western man? And then the Digimon games are... Let me just move this over here so I don't have to keep alt-tabbing. We have Digimon Story Time Stranger. So I'll Digimon Story Time Stranger. Oh, I can't put that full name in there. Story Time Stranger will be that name then. World Next Order. Digimon Survive. And Cyber Sleuth. What the fuck? Cyber Sleuth. Oh, it's the completed. Okay. Alright. Okay. And I'll put the poll up for like 3 minutes. That should be enough time, right? Start poll. Which way? Which way, Western man? Pick the Digimon game that we'll be playing until 2030. Next Order is a monster raising game like the original World. Oh, that would be so fun. Gamer Kev, thank you. Love Digimon Season 1 and Season 4 and the recent movies. The Digimon movie is like my quintessential childhood movie. Oh, it's so good. Choose your torture. Digicide Fridays return. I think it was a Digi-Genocide Sundays, wasn't it? Bike Short Senpai, thank you. Funny that now Digimon has better shows and games, you know? I would not put it past them to have better games in current year. You want the people that made Promise Neverland to remake the original Digimon series? I don't know anything about Promise Neverland. I think I saw a couple of episodes on accident on, like, Adult Swim when I still had Cartoon Network. Is that the one where, like, the children are in an orphanage and then they get, like, eaten by something? The first season of Promise Neverland was great. Yes. Oh, that is... Okay, so I did see a couple of episodes on accident, but I don't know anything about it. Did I ever see the 4chan story about how the Digimon movie caused a child's parents to divorce? If I did, I don't fucking remember it. Oh, God. You miss old school Cartoon Network? Same. You have no clue what any of these are because you weren't a Digimon, kids. You're going to vote for the one with the least votes to be a contrarian. Well, someone in chat said that Next Order is... the one that's like the, not remake, but I guess like the newer version of Digimon World 1. And I really liked World 1. I liked how the mechanics worked in that game. Everyone hates Survive. You're not surprised. I don't know which ones are which. It was Anaconda. Not exactly Oh! Okay, I know that story. I know that story. Digimon understands their fans are older now. Pokemon, on the other hand. Yeah, Pokemon has not decided to actually cater to their real audience for some reason. Time Strangers is the newest. Survive was weird. It's Digimon World, and you get two Digimon? Well, that's a lot of grinding, though. Hold on. Did they make the grinding, like, palatable, or is it still you have to be, like, a fucking genius 12-year-old Japanese boy to play the game? Sure they have. The scalpers are living large. Did you ever see the Final Evolution Kizuna movie? It actually made you cry? Nope, that doesn't ring a bell. Pokemon is completely stagnant. Digimon has allowed itself to grow with the fans. Yeah, that's nice to see. Gee, Sally, your husband lets you have two Digimon? Pokemon went with the if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and took it so far that it broke it. It was, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and then also shove shit in it that nobody wants to see. Apparently, Storytime Stranger is winning across all of the polls. Damn, that must be a great game then. Are we going to need the 16 times speed boost to do the grinding? That was only World 2. That was only World 2. It was insane that some people, like, got mad at me for playing on 16 times speed. It's like, brother, do you see how slow this fucking game is? Why would I purposefully handicap myself? Alright, it looks like Storytime Stranger has won on Twitch. It's won on Kick. I don't know if polls automatically close or if we can just take Storytime Stranger as the winner on YouTube. A Dead Pixel, thank you for the 19 months, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Storytime Stranger, is that the YouTube poll? Alright, that's one there too. Let's fucking go. But yeah! What's crazy is that Pokemon was mad at Pal World for being better while using similar-ish creatures, but didn't Pokemon just rip off Dragon Quest monsters? I'm pretty sure Dragon Quest came first, yeah. Hey, yeah. A Dragon Ball ZGT, thank you. You saw the post that I finally got through a bunch of free run. How am I liking it? Oh my god, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. It's like, at the risk of being like, my politics is literally Harry Potter. It's got a really interesting allegory for, like, how people will lie to you in real life and try to use your sensibilities and your principles against you in order to then start oppressing you and killing you. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. And then also Freerin doing the, yeah, sometimes you have to hide your power level in order to win. That's my mentality. There's a lot of people who do not understand how hiding your power level is very fucking useful, especially when you're battling demons. DQ came first, which is why Pokemon failed to get that patent. They wanted to shut down Pal World, you know? Freerin is unbelievably good. It's anime Aesop's Fables. It's pretty fucking great. It's pretty fucking great. No, I saw the results on Kick, Binary Man. Don't worry about it. Let Freerin say the N-word. She's so fucking cute. And I love the swordsman guy. The swordsman guy, he's very, like, shonen himbo-esque. He's not, like, big buff, but he's like, I'm cute and stupid. Yes, Stark. No, he's gay now. A Dragon Ball, thank you. What were the results? Your type of man. Yeah, sorry, I forgot Himmel also had a sword. I guess Stark's is more of an axe, whatever. Stark is a Chad. Stark's great. I loved how his arc was like, you know, he felt like he was a coward and, you know, didn't deserve anything, and then he's like trying to overcome his fears in order to fight people. I love those kinds of like overcome your fears arcs in anime. Stark is Ferns. Leave him alone. Fern is kind of a bitch who gets mad at Stark for no reason, and she keeps calling him a pervert. Freerin just wants to give him clothes melting potions. Let him have a bit of fun. What if you're not good enough? Slaughters a dragon, right? Leo Siugi, thank you. There's some tricks to grinding in next order, like battling doesn't move the timer and you get more stats over this way. Interesting. Interesting. Wait for it. What? Evil Mandrake, thank you. Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! Oh my god, I'm like a child again. Alright, I guess we are playing Time Stranger. Let's install that bitch. Let's go install that on a drive that actually has space. How about that? How about that? I accept your fucking English thing. When you slay a dragon for a woman, but you aren't 6 feet tall, so you're subhuman. I also thought it was funny that Fern wouldn't let Stark carry Freerin through the snow. Emperor Creatine, thank you. Sorry, chat, you're wrong. Pokemon Red Blue was 1996. DQ Monsters was in 1998. But the actual OG Monster Collector was Megami Tensei in 1987. I was gonna say, wasn't there one thing that was before Pokemon? And that's why, like, Pokemon was like, let's make our own fucking animal catcher thing. I don't remember which game it was, because, like, You know, I wasn't alive. So, it's, 1006, kick his ass? What does that mean? It's also hilarious when Stark woke up next to, Kraft and panicked. Oh yeah, the monk guy! I was like, first of all, why are you calling him old? Freeren's like 1,000, even if this guy is like twice her age. He still looks like young, he's like his 30s, right? Like, he looks young as fuck. Pokemon's based off the Japanese tradition of catching beetles and having them sumo wrestle. I'm sorry, what? Maybe Monster Rancher? I don't know. That guy might be right, because you said Megami Tensei. I do not remember. There are a lot of monster tamers before Pokemon. Yeah. Am I going to buy the Digimon costume DLC for Time Stranger? Stop. Stop. There's costume DLC. What is this called? Digimon Story Time Stranger Additional Digimon and Episode Pack 3 Anti-Paradox. In this DLC, 5 new Digivolution paths for Mega Digimon are unlocked, granting players a special story woven from encounters that transcend time and space, separately from the main storyline. Okay. Okay, wait. It's separate from the same storyline, but does that mean I don't have access to those Digivolutions unless I'm playing the specific storyline? Because, like, if I have access to more Digimon, I feel like, wouldn't you want that, man? Oh, fuck. I already have some of the DLC. What the fuck? What the fuck? Did I buy, like, some fucking ultimate? I must have bought, like, an ultimate edition. Because I have the Storytime Stranger Season Pass. I have the Anime Song Opening Pack. I have the Swimwear set. I have the Chosen Children set. Oh. I know that's what they're actually called, but that's just funny. I have the Digimon costume set. I have Public Safety Suit and Special Supplies set. Cyber Sleuth BGM pack. Another costume pack. Multiple costumes and unlocked subquests. I have additional Digimon in Episode Pack 1 Alternate Dimension. Additional Digimon in Episode Pack 2 Gakuran. Additional Digimon in Episode Pack 3. Oh, I own the Anti-Paradox. What the fuck? Okay. It looks like the only DLC I'm missing are Digimon Storytime Stranger Outer Dungeons, the Halls of Experience, Gold, and Materials. Enhanced Digimon Storytime Stranger with special Outer Dungeons. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Banana Hammock Angemon DLC for Kirsche particularly. Yeah, right? And then the other one is the pre-order bonus pack with trainable Digimon, usable items, and a costume. Should I buy that? I don't know if I would want the, like, extra dungeons, because that's like $8, but the pre-order bonus pack is only like $2.80. I can pay for that. I can afford that. $2.80. That's in the budget. Outer dungeons are easy money and experience grinds. Yeah, but it's $8. Completely unnecessary grinding dungeons. You can easily grind enough in the vanilla dungeons. The outer dungeon is the Cheater Skip DLC. Oh, okay. Viperous, thank you. Pokemon directly ripped off Shin Megami Tensei right down to the capture and battle system. All they did was make it more for kids, where SMT was for teenagers. Ah. That's funny that they did that and then got pissy at Palworld then. The DLC gives you a special Agumon and Gabumon. Yeah. The, I guess I can bring... I don't think there's anything here. I guess I can bring up Steam for a second. Hold on. I wasn't planning on bringing up Steam, but I can do it. Yeah, it looks like there's a black Agumon and a black Gabumon here that I get from the pre-order bonus pack. If the stream is skipping or stuttering, it's because I'm installing the Digimon game. It's halfway installed. You know, it's using some of my bandwidth. It's funny, the Pokemon Company are bad people, right? Did Kirsche's HVAC system get fixed yet? It's not fixed yet, but we are closing in on the new AC goal. We are closing in on the affordability. Kirsche spent the game budget on the lamps, true. Patchouli, thank you. Nintendo likely couldn't patent anything for Pokemon because they would have to contend with Atlas over concepts technically borrowed from Megami Tensei, released 9 years earlier. Thank you. I couldn't remember what game it was, but I knew that there was like some game that was before them. Black Agumon and Gabumon are the virus versions with a special fusion. Ooh. Remember how you said I got 2 Digimon in World? I'm about to get a lot more. Access to a lot more? Or I can have like 6 of these bitches following me around. A battleizer, thank you. There's something to be said for not showing your hand. An enemy that has no idea what you can do treats you with far more respect and all that, you know? It's not even that they would treat you with more respect. They treat you as like, this is obviously someone I can beat, so I can pretend to be nicer for longer. Can I please have this money? Are you gonna use it to buy an AC? Yes. Actually buys lamps! Like, the lamps were wicked cheap, man. The lamps were wicked cheap, and I spent that out of not that bar money. I haven't withdrawn that bar money yet.
Slaves built America. Slaves, this is
3 in your main party following you around, 3 backups. Ooh!
Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
Thank you, Wild Rod, for contributing to the AC fund. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
For AC.
I wish for cool air once again. Where's that gentle cold breeze guy? Bring him back. Thank you, Wild Red. Thank you, thank you. The lamps! Yeah, that's why I go antiquing, because I want to buy nice shit for super fucking cheap. Cash is fungible. Did I mention how many courses are about to be unleashed on the world? I have not mentioned how many courses. We have Final Tally. Final Tally is pretty much just under like 4,000. Kind of crazy. That's like double, a little bit more than double the the plushies that sold last time. Kind of crazy. Antique AC. The AC unit isn't antique. That's why it costs so much. All your Digimon get experience even out of the party in Time Stranger. Oh, that's nice. It's an actual platoon of courses. Bloop.
Download done.
All right, hold on. Let me buy at least that pre-order DLC. Maybe I will. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. I'm retarded. Okay, I know it's happening now. Maybe I will be weak and buy the dungeons later. But for now, $2.80. I can do that. Your AC ran you 21k? Yeah, I think the worst quote that I got was for 28k. Ain't no way, brother. Kite! Thank you for the 5 gift blankets on Kick, my dude. Thank you. Thank you. Imagine all the brain cells.
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Thank you. Slaves.
Do 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 do.
Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
Thank you, Foxy. Thank you, Foxy, for the 1.
Cold air for the foxing.
I was fucking saying the ones and I lost count while I was saying it.
Thank you, Foxy.
I will be cool again.
I know. Newt.
To be fair, your AC came with an RTX 9090 unit. Joke, the blower outside looks like a graphics card. That's funny. At this point, you could probably get a heat pump system from like 10 to 12k. Husband, you buy Digimon pre-order DLC. Now we are homeless. Phoenix DS, thank you. Forget the Ghost Battalion. It's the Kirsche Battalion. We're fucking battalioning and ding now. All right. I am opening video game. I hope. I hit a button.
New DLC for Digimon Toy-Con Twinkle has been added to your account and will be installed along with the game. Thank you.
It's only like 5k to DIY a mini split, and the most expensive part is just having an electrician check your work so you don't need to set your house on fire. I really hope my electrician gets here soon too. I had the electrician like check out stuff in the house, and the internet issues have been getting worse. Like, thankfully it hasn't interrupted stream too much. But when I'm like doing stuff on my PC off stream, I have so many internet drops. It is so frustrating. It's so fucking bad. I need him to finally come here. Battleizer, thank you. Nintendo suing anybody for reasons a normal person would think is ridiculous is just par for the course today. If you told me they sued someone for having the middle name Yoshi, you'd believe it. I'd believe it. She has a Kirsche nibbling the wires. So this game has been stuck in its launching state for like a solid 3 minutes now. It'll give you a regular looking Agumon and Gabumon, but they evolve directly into Megas and it's kind of cheaty. You'll probably want to put them away. You can farm them for the skill discs, which is cool. What does that mean? Would Starlink be an option for my ISP? I don't need Starlink because I have like fucking 2 gigabit fiber. But there's issues with the wiring in my house because the wiring is very, very old. TLDR, when the fiber guy was here installing, he had like a special music box that he used to test electric sockets. And when he put his special electrician music box up to all of the outlets that had the like Ethernet port on them, it made the like noise, which is apparently the bad noise. Apparently you want like a better noise. There's like a nice noise that it makes when the outlet is good, and his music box didn't make the nice electrician noises. And so all of my outlets are just fucked. I don't know what any of that means, and so that's the only way I can describe it. And I think the only people who will understand what I'm talking about are other electricians. So hopefully you're out there. You wouldn't want to imagine. You don't want to rip the walls apart to put new wiring in. Yep. Yep. Now those were the phone out. Yeah, they were all phone outlets, and there's a million of them. The people who lived here before me must have loved fucking talking on their house phones, because who needs this many phone outlets, dude? Probably don't have GFCI protection. I don't know what that means, but that's probably not the issue. You're probably using Cat 5 cabling. Maybe. He said that, like, I need to get an electrician to actually, like, rewire all of the outlets to, if I wanted to put my modem, like, anywhere else. Because there was only one outlet in the entire house that he could hook it up to. You wouldn't trust Starlink or any satellite system for streaming and online gaming? Unfortunately, since I've been here, I've had to be streaming on Wi-Fi because there's no way to hardwire my PC. They had an obsession with phones like you do lamps? Maybe. That sounds expensive. I hope it's not expensive. I have no idea how much electricians cost. Ethernet cables will say on the wire what cat they are. I can't reach them. It's the wall. Mo Howard, thank you for the $40 for my AC. Thank you, my guy. Thank you. Thank you. Up here a lot, Kier? Shut up. Don't say that. Shut up. Wait, this was electric or the RJ12 phone outlets or RJ45 outlets? They're the Ethernet jack outlets. The Ethernet jack outlets make the noise instead of whatever the happy noise is on the electrician music box. Kier's buying the entire electrician instead of just contracting their services. Charon, an electrician costs a shocking amount. Yeah, I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared, but like, it needs to get done for the interest of keeping my job, which is streaming. I get fiber optics in the wall if you can. I probably won't need to change it ever again. Hopefully. It's not a bad idea to have a secondary connection like Starlink and bridge them, so if one fails, you don't just completely drop. Maybe. She didn't get the joke. There was a joke. Did I not get it? What joke? I missed the dad joke? What? The joke went over her head. It did. Why won't this game launch? Why? Okay, I'll hit cancel. It's not Tuesday, right? Okay, I'll hit play again. Bloop. Grab a controller and kick back. This game needs a controller for the best experience. So grab an Xbox controller or any kind of controller-looking device. I'm gonna go find a himbo and grab his penis. That's a controller-looking device. Game doesn't want us to play the game. Is it an early 2000s game? No, I think it's fairly recent. Didn't Storytime Stranger come out like last year or the year before that? Why not run a cable from the router to the office while waiting for the electrician? That is impossible, unfortunately. Play with a Wiimote! This game is a work of original fiction. Any resemblance to act... Oh, okay. Alright, let's see if I can actually project it now that we've got it kind of open. Bleep! Ah! Okay, where's my controller here? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh fuck! No! I had a grilled cheese for breakfast, and I ate half of the grilled cheese, and I almost knocked the other half on the floor because my little stack is falling apart here. I got like a stack of important papers, but it's fallen over. Bleep. Alright, let's move these back out of the way. Era 404, thank you. Hope it's not expensive. LOL, as someone who does a lot of electrician work, yeah, I got some really, really bad news for you, Foxwoman. Alright, so, like, in you guys, electricians, experience, professional experience, if I need to get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 8 that I can think of. 8 of those Ethernet jacks rewired for modern times. Plus, I need to run wires for 2 hanging pendant lights and 2 wall sconces. How much would that roughly run me? They gotta pull wire. I don't know. Well over 10K. Oh yeah, they're also upgrading my ampage. I forgot about that too. Because my office is on like a 15 amp breaker, which is why I kept flipping the breaker with having more than just my PC set up on. Like I can't even like turn on the lights without having issues. So they need to upgrade my breakers somehow. You're fucked, Foxu! Good luck! You're doomed on price! Shut up. Shut up. A new fuse box cost you at 13K. My house has 3 fuse boxes. How fucked am I? I opened the like fucking closet that houses, you know, like my central vacuum and my electric boxes and everything, and I was met with like a giant puzzle from an indie horror game. I was like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. There's these fucking, they're so fucking big. Like the electrical switch panel is like twice the size of the one from my apartment. And then there's a smaller one next to it for like the generator. And then there's another panel, only slightly larger than my apartment one, but smaller than the other one that I'm talking about. There's a lot. The Victorian Nightmare! Why did you buy a Resident Evil mansion? Because Resident Evil is my kind of style, alright? We can set up another goal if you want. Jesus Christ. I need to start dating again, preferably someone in the trades. I'm not gonna pick my man based on the typical female categories. I'm not gonna pick my man based on height or dick size or his paycheck. I'm gonna pick my man based on him having a manual labor trade. Brace for the 20K dono bar. Shh, don't say that! Don't say that! That's scary! Time to start walking around Home Depot looking lost. Can he fix my house? Is his name Bob? Battleizer, thank you. Response, oof. Matt Larson, thank you. Welcome to homeownership. It'd be expensive. I've popped 2 fucking tires since being here! I was like, why the fuck is there so much shit on the ground to break my tires? Bored DevOps, thank you for the 2222. Have you considered going to trade school and becoming an electrician? It may take longer, but you might meet a himbo. No, I don't want to be an electrician. What is this? Shut up! Add a husband to the harem. A hippie tree hugger, thank you for the kick bits. You can technically use a power line Ethernet adapter, but there can be interference the more things on the breaker. Help. She bought a Resident Evil mansion to trap himbos in the puzzle rooms. Yes, yes, yes! Mystics Vegeta, thank you. You may need have one to rewire whole house. I hope I don't have to rewire whole house. God damn, what the fuck? That's crazy. Sorry, I dropped my nail collection in your driveway. Fuck you, buddy. I shall need to update her breaker box first. Hoping to find Leon Kennedy. Beans! I love beans! Thank you. 2 pop tires that quick? Are you sure you didn't move to South Carolina, you know? Do you hear a donathon coming in the near future? Fuck, there's so much. The joys of home ownership. Alright. That's kind of loud. I might have to change that. We're in English, character voices, Japanese. I don't know, maybe their English voices are fine. Digimon's always had pretty good voice acting. Okay. Graphic setting. Someone needs to make a Lady Dimitrescu of Kirsche. Chat, she can't wander around Home Depot looking lost. She'll hit all the himbos with the gay beam. Well, she thinks they're cute as they look at wood for deck building or plumbing pipes. I got some pipes that need plumbing. Image quality preset. High? Obviously. VSync on, FXAA. I don't know what that means. MSAA, that can stay there. TAA. What the fuck are any of these? I see these options in every game and I'm just like, I have no idea what this does. I depth of field. That's okay. Bloom is okay, I guess. Volumetric fog, sure. Screen space reflection. I don't know what that means. Ambient occlusion. Texture quality.